Ozioma ADAKABRI ni oribo bebie.
The car no abandon.
Yesi okwan twa asuo ena suo twa okwan panyin ni hwan a yebo okwan betu asuo Ozioma ADAKABRI FRIMPONG MANSO wagina konya bebiewu
ya mama trasio na ya mama ha ya frinit 100.9 FM so ene se ye ba mana so na ene ye fiada na ahini me bosome ne de to so edu amiensa afi empinu se aduono na mam se abodonko apa ho miti aduonu ensia na ni nyina emu no na je se memanti ana ye de bremu na memanti dwumadie no ensam akotwi ko abreman ene se ye wi na yetimi eposa na yede egu o de bremu nse na de ensam no edoso na dwumadie mi amedi ho chia me afra me ADAKABRI Mamudu Osioma na panyiru kwadwo da me ado as usual ene de me esi abontene na majari osai agyeman ebo no echi edom na frema abankro ose mara michi mafa ono nsoso na woye de benia wo hwe ama social media handles ahodo yebetumi ama ne nyina yeden akokama ede ama obiada engineering group no soso de atuagbo na ye worker patiakwa na najare afesu na nabuaje ada sankroma ose sempro na fe ya facilities there big solo one dada Godfrey ya di atumu friend you plana na fe so no mapuna DJ Bosco na ni nyina mu no Mills ya sanemra ne se tatai eso ebata ehun afi ye de akọ na yakọ akotutu bibia ene mpanifu ebeba de mu ase ni abadwondwene ye ho eye owura kwakwaje kumesare we are member of the national communications team of the NDC and owura kafu ikwadwa mega we national communications member of the MPP is a mega crowd watenase anesa na face owura Sylvester Soprano one also a deputy communications director Convention People's Party ai ono so ebetenase and some dabama so de edoson pa some dabama so doson or say politics. Former president and founder of NDC Jerry John Rawlings is dead. More tributes keep pouring in to mourn the president. So we are asking, how has his regime impacted on the country? Rawlings regime and Yebusa Sende, former President J.J. Rawlings, and Krupaton Safreno. Na edipanu gusua aye efie ene amanoni enyina a chese yedin samno eba na ene ye ba behwe the Rawlings amamu no kura no sen ene esikoye ewo man Ghana mu politics na bio road to election 2020 President Kufuor calls off his campaign President Kufuor calls off his campaign and declares a 7-day national mourning as World Mourns former President Rawlings. How shocking is the death to the state? And another Danko Kufuor or say the campaign when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia almost suspended for 7 days. Yeah, soon former President Rawlings. John Dramani Mahama when the running mate Nana Jane almost suspended on campaign. Bridget Jokonuku Wani Kofi Asamoah of the People's Progressive Party. Almost say you suspend your campaign. Ninyina no J.J. Rawlings in Semia. Still on politics. Road to election 2020. Fallout from NDC-JM suspension of his 6-day campaign tour to the Asante following the demise of President Rawlings. How has his demise affected the party? J.J. Rawlings say kura wakron sama aduyada. Na ususu say a idea be affect NDC chances when bisuana. Then on chieftaincy, national officer chiefs elections or GHOJB on seat Togbe Afede to become the national Sochi's president. Any political interference in the elections. Hey, what you are, and then they want to talk about Fede. In the political expediency, said the normal AC Acro. You can see that you need 100.9 FM.
FRIMPONG needs FM.
Oh, now. ADAKABRI.
White cool, fresh and trendy with a new look.
Yes,
It's a few wrinkles, I'm fresh and bright. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Yamenu! Ejaba boni di adwa ma wubi. Eti yamenu afa hin ma hwe fufu ti ase dada menya wo foi. Papa so ba fie ni anwe fufu ya asamu aba. Na so oben wadi fufu adi edi mpreni ni mpresa da kro. Ba ye de ni ehwe fufu a. Akode wo nwane.
Adwa mo adwuma. Se me ni fie adwuma di mini. Fufu kakra ba o medie no. Eno to me twama da pasa. Aso wo kan na matire nyira.
What ate na make am meboa.
Ebo de odi komum. Na sese ade obra to otwa. Fufu ai wo wodwo pam. Na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sada ade na wo tim fra kwada ni nyina to otwa. Make say ya need food sada roma. Wo bia mani ye pa. Ya wa ya mbode fufu ni mankani fufu a. Wa ni powder. Wo de gu ada kama ya ye fra no. Need fufu fra.
Eni anu bi na masori ba ntilizi kama me di ye yo.
Sese bia.
Ma me hwe. Oh, bia. Need fufu fra eye kama say. Bode fufu ni manke fufu papa bi na wo kan say twan eposim na ede na me so kan so anti o. Simanu pe no wa wie no ahie wo kwa papa bi aguso.
Be chese de ama mani kura agisa need fufu fra ho ama ko tobi kura ba ne say. Se de Ghana for sipom fufu no. Anu anu ye nu. Enti se wo hwa fufu e won pam wodrom ni we nu a. Wo ho susuna bia wom. Wo nso de bode ni manke fufu papa bi
eje nie eni afi na fufu na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ni se ne wo fa mojaduro ana pawia ne anadwo a wo koda
need fufu fra supermarket bia mu need fufu fra e wo fi a eni je nko a
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkrato mu agye atum se eye
Utie oha FRIMPONG needs FM.
Neat 100.9 FM so any. Na ene ifiada November 13, 2020. Time just about 34 minutes past 1. Edini kan yene retired Brigadier General Nunu Mensah eni enkomo ekakra. Na ja sojafo GG Rawlings obaye no oka se me enkroso emrante anyway General Nunu Mensah na onino enam as a chief of defense staff General Yamoha
ADAKABRI meji monso
General ye nyina so ye yakọ
medafi
right General na soldiers especially retired soldiers say omu free mu a ya na routine ben ana amamre ben ene ye wo soja mu
retired soldiers.
yes
The generals, they are retired. The generals never die. They fail. As Tama, EPA is always a general. What kind of way you answer? Who can now? When you papa, the general from home.
Once a general, always a general.
Always a general. Or shall he be upper and say, upon upper? No, you know,
it just say general crown say the demands of the general is not really the entire aspiration of the general.
I said, Jatabia, as a woo, why old, but now you're all too low to what pro quite Chinese. And the man will kind of Basabasa. How are you answer? The late the audience of the Agro cry.
Of a general in the Agro.
The Agro cry. The corner office is here. Oh, we will corner what? Also, Mr. President, you are president. Also, no, sir. Before, sir, even today, before his demise, he will say, yes, sir. But you are president, me power chop. Man, yes, sir. Obaka, yes, sir. I can't know. That is the military for you.
Brigadier General, sir, former head of state, former president of the Republic, J.J. Rowling, now spend 6 days at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Cardio Center. Eye nakuma, and I didn't call Kolebu. And now spend this 6 days here, wa mefi. Obusa won say, lessons ben ye sua free say, Cardio Center Kronoa, and a former vice president, Alhaji Aliu Mahama, Okoye, wa mefi. Cardio Center ya, and a JJ Rollins. I call spend it 6 days. Wa mefi. Nakuma. A dear ni beti me sua free mu.
In the first place, yeah, I mean, say, the last few weeks, they said, what is the fee? Anka, no office or. Now, me, who is the Winiba? To win be ya. A dear Bolivia, may ya. Or Barney, or no one, over a point to say, me four friend. And my idea made a bow. Then my friend said, a week ago, my president, my Bonham, and yes, say, about second, my America baby, me shan. Mr. Farmer said, Farmer, sir. And me, ya be born wabba. My father pay on you so. I unusual, normally you will answer me. And I'll bet a message you say, the son can message Now, you will respond. My father of the Manchili, me ya, 2 days ago, and then Ramon, no family say, what in the other? Mr. Asana, also. I pay, what are you saying? Are you asking me? You are telling me, Manjani. But my friend of one just look, maybe that's why it doesn't answer me. I mean, him quite a paper 2 days or you're at the hospital. The mammy baby, I came here to our house and had a chat with him. And I went to the mammy also. I will see you. Yeah, William ADAKABRI. My mammy or woman. My mammy will never pen and I am winning. Oh, feed the family. I mean, you also come. The mammy, and they may ban of power, both in the family and also in public life. And on the last media, to understand him a baby, or a very, very complex figure. Papa. I've known him for the past 42 years of his life. Me one very close. Be a ham, but or the every time be about look at office about say Mr. President, please have a seat. On now what's the matter? That is the kind of man we are talking about. Then Papa no kono on any paketua. Now, we have to take time to understand what he stood for, what he lived for. Or you to also about page up binamanu. Or you to make sure that Ghana a better place for us, our children, and our children's children. And so, and they overpower, but the power of a it didn't come for money. It came to make Ghana a better place. The men of the many future, which are for the best for about 10 years. But still, they respect me a lot. A mutual respect. The father says, sir, Mr. William President, I say, yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir, I'm doing it. I cannot. That's the man we are talking about.
That's the man we are talking about. Who first close contact with Jerry John Rawlings? How did it come about?
What's it?
Me say, who first close contact with J.J. Rawlings?
Yes.
About
How did it come about? It was 1978. A young officer, maybe get a second. Yes, as it go on the water lake. There were 2 planes that fly at a ground attack aircraft. Minimum more aircraft, but on no account. But no, they fly, a unique, a strong kukra. Or fly, but or Bianoso. I mean, very frightening, very brave, very much of courage. So if you say, who is this officer? Officer, I say, so I tried to find more about him. I know I checked 15th of May. Or canon. Now, before in Tiasi, there were about 8 or 9 soldiers with him to demonstrate against the military government of Champo and General Akufu. Now, he was always trying to push something. Now, you already would very easily. So we had time to study him and see what he's after. He never took up he raised his life 3 times. 15th of May, 4th June, 31st December. For Mother Ghana, not for himself. See, and then we seek a public office, only to better yourself, not to better society as a whole. And I say, yes, you know, nobody, none of us. Tell me, I model myself, not he model, meaning what he model, I model my life on him. I serve the public. He served the public. We never went to public office for our own benefit. We never did that. And I said, yes, you know, yeah, bus and beer, we get them, my man, no, and yakwa. Otherwise, no, or that, new because lately, no, a tabernacle, about 2 days in a row. There was a young officer or yano, went to my area. Now, try to console him. For example, I check many a Ghana Union movement founder, Yaba, Bechan. Because there's a more in Ghana who say, he couldn't be the passer, 79. Now, there's nothing he could do about it. When I have a revolution, that is own dynamics. You can't stop it. And say, more in Ghana. Now, whatever happened, he couldn't even do anything about it himself. What you need to do is to learn something from it. Now, I'm going to have a better place than we have it today.
Enti Eban saying, and now be a part of J.J. Rawlings, Namamu from the onset.
Eban saying, 1979. A year side revolution, a bloody event. Maybe what happened in Bamakan. So the frightening thing. So what you want? ADAKABRI, who am I? No more outside some of you, a boy, Wager, who was soon by Hata, Samaba. So you need story, no Chine commander, Boni to the Libraba. And what happened? Let me a chief of staff to General Kufu, a 2 champon, they call it 2 champon. Because I wanted to return Ghana to civilian rule, Yabre, and woman. Then, as we were preparing to hand over power to Liman, 79, so you were sorry. You know, he was himself. The other soldiers, Major Bedema, Mr. Bedema, Apalu, many young officers, and his soldiers, sorry. To the good, yes. The whole day, no, me feel President Warren Lifia. I'm sure the day was a bishop, I just said, Michelle, the whole day, service of Manum, so, man, leave the whole day from morning to night. You want to depend. But Mona more account more civilians, so man, Tiashi. A second what Tiashi. Nanka, a cheap man, the way such a thing would never, ever happen again. Yeah, I'm really here, between Sibio. Because Sabisabu, never hear anyone. For any angels, the agent says, as I speak, we are still behaving that way. Oko Macolesia, or the Comacola. For any petty, we also, ethical council, a tongue idea. Sabu, Mujomana, Obi and Jomo. Young woman, sir. President Rollins was angry with the way we lived. Full of anger, said Ghana a better place. How would you go to Nima, send Nima Gata, and remove filth from Nima Gata to show you, say, would you be a penina, what serve to lead? And then he says, oh, but not long system, what's a condition, and if a William, and Yana Quanso. Yes, sir, let me feel a bravo, never your me.
Enti. Na uka cool no at the preparatory stage and now say ye we cool no and a frame or my by
President, which of the cool adults they went to work for
a year June 4, 1979.
June 4, no, I'm a chief of staff to General Akufu. No, General Akufu. Akufu, no, you're 2 champon. My champion for the time. Makufu Abaye, head of state. My General Hamidu, Abaye chief of defense staff. And we call staff protection as commandant. But the Metebama camp, that's what you see. And that day, a 4th of Monday morning, 4th of June, 1969, sorry, 79. Mentuanko, Membamusa, yes, if you're 2 years so. I said, I said, what is going on? The whole day, Mr. Miffy, Michelle, but remember, now, Michelle Straw, whom was Michelle. My son, I'm a dress, I won't say machine do more. But never finish a course. And then remember, I see for money, one young bubble. And I reported to Air Force Station at Bama Campo. You know, and I was also a victim. But somehow, But the Rollins and the young officer knew those who were of quality. No, MSET must have been 7th or 8th of June. Where for station? Middle. Professor Joabi, Air Force Commander, Yabachi. They go sell so. They have a friend, Mr. Rollins, first one in Mekasa. Early in the morning, by 4:35 o'clock. And by we see him now, no, Tetiapa, or salute to me. So, sir, and go for Abasuma, Effie Staff College. I brought for Canadians, and Ghanaians, and British. I better say, Memma Court, no way with you. How come by say, who are going to be a general? I'm more of a dream with them. Would you Papa will be asking for a boom contact when you be with you? And they are by no Southern Melbourne, members of some back. And they say, who are business? Who are Caswa? Now, I know quite an Mr. Chairman, I am quite some. I said, thank you, sir, you can go. I am quite some. I said, can go. You see, whenever we are saying, Queen, ADAKABRI, who won't contact Papa Obayano to follow you. We are going to say, a video with you. And then count. But I came to become one of the important I became the chief of defense staff to run Ghana. Our power only for 3 months. The power of Dr. Liman, a PNP administration. No, my powers are upper power. Mena Abasakimi, and General Queen and President Rory.
It is a General, yet Yasamna see ya. Now, no Fred Kufu, a champion. Now, we are chief of staff to Fred Kufu.
Yes.
And a Fred Kufu, of course, a Senegal, and a DC, and a CA. Na yadu kokoto Air Force Station 3-4 days later.
Yes.
Then Chairman Rawlings air costume ma ubusa wo say wo bibi. Then eventually Chairman Rawlings ma kwaye wadwuma no and o ma bebe chief of defense staff and they say Orilivu Hamidu ana.
Hamidu then I'm what happened was no. Hamidu became the chief of defense staff. Na me kwaye no commandant staff college. And so I am chief of defense staff, which is Hamidu. The human and then some view. But when he retired then. But then remember your chief of defense staff Manche in a President Liman at the time at the age of 42. If I got pension for 40 years, my get pension, you to be at the pension 40 years of Ghana. Now me will be to me but be a better crack or some.
A year can it as a pension, so I over 40 years, you retire on your pay. And yes, sir.
I am correct. Every time, I come to me. Not President Mills, a big man, or some made national school advisor. Let me just tell me, as I could tell me, what did your school, Mr. O'Reilly, me and Sabah, when you are police station, when about secondary school, baby, can my friend, my Cotolan Cruiser, my got talk up, my fire condition. The car phobia medrago. So we're penny of Papa ever walk. Now I may obey Dibia, Buano. Man, when you any, Uncle Pekasi and Uncle Fire and won't for you. That lesson which people coming after us should learn from us. People like President Rawlings or you look on. He was a wonderful man. It's not a doing what I was a tutor in the real. Yeah, I was saying, young couple of Bayano went to my ear. I mean, it's not it didn't talk on the phone of the Akasa. No, dear woman. Then I go by 79 went to my ear. No, I mean, after Mossa, walk on.
General, my main fan Chika Krebi say, if I recall right, who can say 2 days ago, and Ubifro catcher or say, Chairman Rawlings, we also know of say, Chairman Rawlings or Conra. And can you clarify, sir?
No. Enra, me a call, Enra. And I'll be friendly around 12 noon from Kumasi, Samati, Asamabana, never so many. Manjendi. I met him at the side where I am talking to you right now. Mamika baby. Not Chapo. Chapo Pasa, Chapo. I mean, there was nothing about him. I just said, such a thing can happen. I see, the lesson is that we are walking dead. The word that was lesson I've learned. The metro at the general, Minaka 5 minutes ago, and you know, quite we are the name we are saying, yeah, dear, we can go in a time.
Now, what should say? Or spend 6 days at Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Kadi Thoracic Center. One thing home Pupuyebia.
Mantifi Adakabre, Apano, for the past few weeks now. You know, Winneba. So what Winneba. There was special food before. And boy, a special one. May have a could be a more deep to some mention said, yeah, Mr. Channel. May see how my life, maybe 80 years, or only 80 into maintenance channel. Now, may ye be back, may ye benefit, may the my chest, with my control. Yes, Nancy, they didn't come more. And my ye be my neighbor. I'm a book appointment for next week. Now, can be about Monday or Tuesday. Before knowing you so, my professor, or beyond you, what is happening? Let me see. Before I do so, when you are about to send a message, you say, may suck a message, you know. It's a bit worried. The news is best set upon a corner. Let me say, I send a Matthias. Why am I friend on you so? Matthias.
Na say, closeness, na was spending 6 days in hospital. Na Amabon Trimpo, and then after the demise, you know, and the eldest daughter, Dr. Zenetta Rawlings, member of parliament for Crowo Kdabi, member of parliament for Kole Plotte, Ebe Catcher say, Yamma warm privacy. Na yes, also, do you agree? Say former president of the Republic.
Papa, private property. Papa, or a national asset. So I don't agree. Same privacy. I am a private person. The one is a huge figure. In fact, even Kuma would come quite bigger than Kuma. Because here my wife ruled the country for almost 20 years. What about privacy? Privacy is saying. You know what property? What you make an answer?
Just also suggest say John Rawlings bigger than Nkrumah within the context of say or the longest ruler in Ghana and
of this country. I mean, Nkrumah said not was almost 20 years. You know, our more impact on this country. I mean, if you don't know Nkrumah, but in our lifetime, no, once they grew for almost 20 years, and they own to be a private property or a national asset. In fact, you will go beyond Ghana and Africa. I am quite sure, sir, people like Clinton, so much of they want to come and attend the funeral. I'm very sure about that.
He would say Rawlings' impact our certain communities in Po, sending particular impact. Udi free baby any twam wo abofrem ede abakukum ababisi goso dichem na wode akọ emem ukroso river prano river tano no ukroso no close to 6 times, I believe 5 times, and across na there's a particular place right after a year abofrem ede eba kukum no na ensuo no so enti na yede kodoɔ na asiso ɛna yeye den yede ka no free baabi ani a na yede abegina tano nachi na sa tam tano no bon se mpanimfo a na te ase be ka kyerɛw bon se na sususu no se rhino se hippopotamus o na wonam tano nom na wonam tano nom saa na mutra kodoɔ so amabɔ mpa ye gu nsa se sususuno no o mama me buntum kodoɔ no na matimi de atwa na maba kukom ene goso. It was JJ Rawlings and na wotimi bridge to tano no so ede asphalt go so edi bebe si emem make us so na emem ufri mem ba go so a bipo no na enye bipo a na wasa esusu no omlodu every say emem timbesa omutimi di na wotwe na omutimi mo sa bepo kakra no emfa medru go osompo eno mato aso de aba kire nsu ya de aba tepa e de abakumasi abesina kotep tema na Rawlings timi yes akwan no from baby ani eba ya de besi Gambia #1 just on the outskirts of Amansu or Cross River Biano sa nipa wasa community no mu a Rawlings yes akwan no ema wo mo no. What can they be thinking of Rawlings now?
Rawlings, we need time to really understand who he was. Or a very complex figure. Why never be, but Yan Shabutari. Now, after his life, he had not to be, I mean, Ejanakwan. Now, the Yan Sobuku, who was J.J. Rawlings? Then we understand who that person was. And then the Suban of a boy, yes, I think I see the man more back. Maybe at 84, almost 84, I come at 9. On no media coming, I'm so And my mobile now we are Ghana because his abandoned love was for Ghana to become something else. People don't understand him. And I'm a tapano. The officer told me many a 20 Jaro. Send a man can call by Yano. I won't buy you. So I didn't mean to my young mother yet. The man Yakwa, Yam Peja, Yam Chioso. Now, no, upper Yaman Ghana and Ghana and the Yono, Yabe. And I was say, I you check a the money. Yeah, the general point, Moko.
Did anybody imagine say J.J. Rollins when you're in the hospital and now what the yako?
I mean, I just this minute now, EDD, and there was no sign whatsoever. No sign whatsoever. But the church said, Nipadi, no one, you can go anytime. No, you won't know what is going to happen to me tomorrow. No. Why an idiot? I think it's something that I wish you could have gone a bit longer. It might be your but Yamini Janakwa.
You.
Then the most important thing is to learn something from his life. Not only his life. Every one of our leaders has something good about his life. Yes, Nagan and Pejan Queen, Nagan and Quichi, or the Ghana Quichi, and you're right. And as we're going forward. No, the Cabria, Papa, and School, Mammy and School, Mamma Cusco, Papa, but may I be a chief of defense staff. I remember Odimechi, remember also a penny doctor. May I queen him, will be a queen him, not Colonel in Peja, and one queen him, and then here. Then she does a bit of fierce life. Young uncle, and Pennyfonia, your friend, I don't want my brother, young fat, no man, Ghana, and Colin.
Retired Brigadier General Nuno Mensa, answer na Ubakrono. Na Napia, our community 7 tema. My main king candy, I watch from family or not, me Musa say, or comment be on one. And I go on. Or say, hey, Mr. ADAKABRI. Tell General Nuno Mensa to be careful. Everything young coupon, J.J. Rollins, is bigger than Kwame Nkrumah. Mr. Frimpong MANSO, let General mention 5 things that he thinks it was bigger than Kwame Nkrumah's achievement. Nanapia neka weyo, ya wakwako bomusuo, say J.J. Rollins, you bigger than Kwame Nkrumah. Who are comment to be your home?
Nembe church say, Nidino, nya job ye, Nam Timik ye. Nidino, Mundipa and more ADAKABRI, Amun Kwame Nkrumah. Mamotivia Susan said. Nembe church say, Yenny obey ye. Nidino necessary today. I make myself clear. What am I say? Mamu Yasi, ADAKABRI. How much of Kwame do you know? Almost nothing. Let me just say, Nidia, or no, Kwame go Ghana. How many years? From 1951, leader of government business to 56. About 15 years. Now, he's not fully in control of Ghana. He was a man who was president for almost 20 years. Mitchell said, the effects on Ghana, no. Nyani obey. What am I saying? And I want to ask you. Someone more we are saying this year. How much of Kwame Nkrumah do you know? Nothing, almost nothing. Never shall pay. More we are saying. If you are up to 50 years, William Gordon is a papa. Because Obed into the Ghana, it's about 50 years ago. To wait the 50, what's wait about 9, 10 years. And to win him no more. You see, the influence on us. My cousin obey. What am I saying? I make a difference here.
You.
And I say, I want to say.
Mimi dear, I had a Makasanka, what can some minty be there? Nanapia and a Jawadiaba. Mrs. was a making Caman and Napia at TB.
Napia say, Mancasa or your bigger in terms of achievement.
Yes.
What am I say? In terms of national popularity, no. Motiviasi, I'm at the kind of money you know. But what is this? I'm talking about baby, I'll call you or baby, I'll go for a canvasser. They call me a favor in I didn't show panel. I'm saying that in terms of the widespreadness of his name, or you're bigger in that sense, not necessarily Kunkuma achieve far more than him in terms of a national structure, ECC. I'm not condemning. Kunkuma was a great man, the greatest man that I ever lived in my life. But what did he? But here you are living the life of a friend. JJ Rollins. I wouldn't want some more than Kwame Nkrumah. You know more now than you know Kwame Nkrumah.
You na yade be na wie ye na mfantifo ne bu be se chere kum yaw asem no echa yaw bi e wo gra na bi a eche no yaw no na brase na mfantifo be kan se chere kum yaw ye Solomon Kansa, apologies to him, former director communications for the NDC and na ota Kansa asem wi pa na me enhwe enti senye chere pa ne kum yaw a adia JJ Rollins dia ba be ye mamefuo bi papafuo bi, because another aspect of an interview ye hwe ne dia ba eye Ghana fo atitiri wa JJ Rollins mo mko ka nsu agya na saa time wo mo bebeduru London na Golders Green pa na no mo ta akotena tena mpanifo yi na je so mo wo mu sika pa na o maka nsu agya na o mo nyaaya nka beba so yentime ma na maamefo kuade adum wo wim ye akwade wa haye ni o na saa nkomo no ebeba but then
na me so me ka ho ana wa pa man ka ho
oh sir that time Henry Jabba no
me go di 10 years for abochi am fa man ka ho
Kofi Bachanom it is am penifo ni nyina na
Kofi Bacha any friends bebre kwa
eye
me ka ho
me do ba kan papa because me be di san komo no na sam penifo ni hia London a komo anu mu die eye John Dramani papa iye Mahama nani nani ye ne ya na sata mo Salaji Abbas mu di na chi na je so obi ana anwen se iye Mahama ene ni se de bai ene na eti ye be di san komo no empanifo a John Rollins kan wo mu gu eye abrochire titru London na wo mu nya enkwan amako wo mu wo mu nya fufu a timtim enie JJ Rollins e chare ekum yawo pa o general
na me so me ka ho
ai edu
na me ne be ye green maybe an acquire abochi 83 and 3 by join NDC by join friends MPP the part of going up it's a difficulty now you from ngani o fe be CCC Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria na Ghana bedo nyame as say e be yes and you from nyame me am peja nko bebe see how best we can build Ghana again e ya hwe me ya ga be so na the people be bro kankan na wa frame
making kan ma from ma enkra ni nyina mate inu se general de otworo bibia na nyante menka obi antibi inti making kan ma from general
somebody me chon
that's nyamisha general retired brigadier general Nunu Mensa na ote ne se ye ne no kasai anti ye behwe na ya toto said the besiako and benefo na tenase gwagwaji commissary of the NDC wa tenase sa so na mia menua e kura so na atikuri me so mabodi DCC ya so menua fache mwate na me phone no bibia happen to be phone no for mega right kafui what to saying okay yanyimu initial comments kakra demise of JJ Rollins. Na DN Yesua Frimu spending 6 days at the cardio center. A year akumayaria enye impofrimu na yenim. Na DNT ena ye wo ye heart specialist. They say FRIMPONG Boating. Ye wo heart specialist. They say Dr. Lawrence Rebo. Your heart specialist, said Dr. Tanko. Your heart specialist, said Dr. Ochre. I just say, cardio center at TTB, papa. Cardio center at TTB, papa. Nenso so. JJ Rollins, Nakuma, atie. Edian is free.
Yo, ADAKABRI, my main fafi kesi is where we na menchia Atiwa East. Am in Peswaso. Omo ho nyina awie omutie
na je say only abna say anyinam ede ko wa ye bi me ho so akwa bobo market share de bi di ama ma no wo sechere
tobuto no pre enti awie me fa fidie so achia honorable Abnos Asare I was a parliamentary candidate I was a pre-acom na sebedwam yesere nkrofo so monto abama no na ontumi nto na nyuma paso na asemu a ubisa yi adakabre asem kase no wabisa no wohwe ex-president Rawlings ene ne yare ya oba eba yi ya abefa ne koya na mehu ne se enya ade a eye prekope ene befa no ebia na be yare a ebia na odi hu akoten na oko ne yare but strange enough for 6 days going to the cardio center yan sheda anti hu popuye bia na enra na yenam as a group ye fair your coalition of disqualified patriot 2020 yen ya nka ye kondo senke be pra konwa no a MPP amanyokum omadwe mu hu semre ne nso yom disqualify yen no ya kan bomu a ye adwuma wo independent baby independent candidates wo no entienra ne ne honorable Kennedy akompre ko Japan wo Reverend Tim Fordjo constituency a ye bo na ne ye say Asne South ene ye te say yen aye papa Efrim in fact prekope no adwuma ne ye no na ye nyina no na afedi ya boton because na afedi ye ti asem no na eya ye nwanwa kakra but na eyesi ye toa so na ye diwie the mechanic Rawlings woi e wo cardio center yi ya dia ahadwene kakra and then in your analysis earlier on you said it's the same cardio center in the far ex-president ex-vice president Honorable Aliu Mahama MPP for your papa and you know it is something that we cannot talk much about but we may have to look at the reason why these things are happening and then what can happen because as at last Sunday na mene Professor Frimpong Boateng na ye wosunyane West ani ye boa Honorable Ignatius Bafo I was a hormone so independent candidate no ekwan be fa so obetumi asen retaining the seat into share senior Professor Frimpong Boateng AC Cardio Center no TTW no we believe that Nkade should be able to have an antidote to this sudden and unplanned data ama Ghana nyina abonyenya they say ye nyina yaboto but Rawlings have his good side and his bad side as the kids started growing even though na ye hwese the good side ebe overshadow the bad side no people were still looking at the extreme activities that went on in his regime until say we turn into the democratic era in 92 when he also served for another 8 years. But I say may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Ghana has really lost somebody who really stood well on his grounds. Probably when constitutional rule began in 1992 and has always guarded that Ghana stays on the principles of democracy until now. Inti adakabri dia mekano in a short while ni.
Jo. Bagu?
Minya.
Minti yo kakre.
Medase. Adakabri minfa inchakesi ndi kan fama NEAT FM. Adwuma yefo, eni mpanyimfo nyina. Na menchia minua meneno ehia wa hadom ene awie. Na mensanso nchia me constituency ametime ye okanko enough for. Na menchia Ghana fo nyina. Na ye nyina so mensanso nkase ye nyina ye nhyedin. Na ne ato yen yi enye asem ketwa. Ya nda andwen se BBC ebesi Ghana hadom enimanimu yi ai. Titru say ebeye penyini bi te say former president Jerry John Rawlings. Me ameti hadom ADAKABRI say obi ka kire me say Rawlings be film in terms say at the age of 73 years come catch oni across say oboa if say me tea ne maame 100th birthday asema me kan ye say Rawlings will live to be more than 100
ne papa moja ne wonu mo ne maame de o ye vessel o ye trotro bia o de ne ba wiase enti genetically no de ya ne ko papa so no ne ta ba so
no but tama me hu ne maame no madwen anko saa ɛyi no ho ɛnura medadwene ho anam ka sɛ adaa bi asɛm a medwene yɛ yi right down mom no ɛwɔ sɛ nka mbusa sɛ ne papa ɛdi mfie sɛn na nka matumi ɛde ayɛ sɛ yi na ɛfisɛ meyɛ deɛ a ne papa mogya ɛna ɛwɔ
ɛdeɛ na akoma no duru baabi a na ɛyɛ hereditary.
That is it. And the no correct. Na adakabre yanda ade anche ama yanti asempa. Mechanism dua kese ebuato wo Ghana hanmo. Asema ya. Ampa say yanti ne yare mu. Me kura se me kaipa be kobe na wo da bi be nan ni. Na me ne cousin Michael Susudis.
Agotri.
Because in Chen Wufia ni yedi nkomo. And na me ye no rough grass say na your friend say wunua no ho tesen no so wo no ho ye. Na me start say me slave say me kai say mmere bi ye call ono Jerry Hodmo. And nkomo didie mu no me ko boss say o ni nua Michael ye me body pa. Me kai ye na no ti da akonwa mu. No say ha is Michael your friend? Na me say yes sir. No see you or three you know siri ye bi to say am papa say Michael ye wadamfo a
what na wadamfo no
and I say me busa this way they no see you minim say the Michael tie pa and no osiri ya no say look if he's your friend then be very careful he's a landmine when you step on it stand on it don't move and I say thank you
na bedi ayo
and ye yes siri entina me dey no rough be 4 days any and 3 days today ade bechi ama yate say your friend is saying wafimu no so kra me san so call Michael ho me friend no eno ka so owo Jerry office intino me tuka akokohia no ho no ti opie na me ni nia ekofie yante asembia ade chinya no pamitifie be 10 o'clock and me say rolling se fimu tin me fa ne say enye no kre
it couldn't have been 10 o'clock because the demise was recorded at 10 minutes past 10.
Okay, me can say between the hours of 10, 11 and me bampo the frame no busa me. Nam si o menti bibiasa na sembe na o ka kire me no. Ti ho nam start say me frɛ Michael. Me friend wa amfa. Nam ka say Michael pa wa amfa yi de. E bia bibi esi ampa. Adakabrɛ me fa matade hye nam se me Russia kɔ. Efi hɔ no akɔ akɔpɛ no kura. Me du na edom egu hɔ no ma kye say. Edom an me hu ye no na nya ade a metumi aka say sa asɛm no enye no kure. Na atoyen.
How were they able 6 days at the cardio center with security guards? Then so be anti wonshi. How were they no mutimi keep no under wraps sir?
If I adakabrɛ me hu ne say wakɔ akɔyɛ former president no. Ma abontin say senkrofo eti yanka nipa nka betu America hospital hall mu no. Minjin the senka security setup no betumi a control. O de me limit no kra say NDC fo nko a o mate se bibi aye Jerry. Edom e be ko hospital hall mu no. E be ye din. Nti de me meka ne say omo a na omo hwe no sa time no e ye ade e ball.
But then so comparative analysis say the late Aliu Mahama okukudu techimai the CSC ma ye boy chire ba cardio center na or cardio center na appear say wa expire yes there be on expire na kasa aba ho then eventually na oko into wo me handle Aliu Mahama de no and wo me handle Jerry Rawlings de no de na be kan fa ho
oni me kan fa ho so mo handle Jerry John Rawlings de no omo ya de ebo asem no ho say om de sie ye kopem time a ni enye no ekosie omo kura asem no mu yie ba nyesa anka nipa anka beko ehod no enu akura asem ni sie na still ebi engine di say owo your friend say kolebu na bi su kura adwen ye wo say owo 37 enti na asem no de memi hunu say omo kura ahyase no eyi akopem na wie ye enti ene ne de omo ye ho ade se ne be yang nipa enko ha no say
now since the days of Frimpong Boatin be set your cardio center ma ni nua kuma Kofisrebo to aso Dr. Tanko Mwaba Dr. Ochre Mwaba Tuase Medical Center Dr. Frimpong Boatin akoyebi na kuma so no eye Komfanoche. But then how has been the development of that heart specialty Ghana since the days of Frimpong Boatin ebayi?
ɛno deɛ adakabra mɛka no sɛ na ɛdi kan yɛmfa aseda kɛse yɛmfa ma Dr. Frimpong Boateng ɛwɔ saa adwene a wonyaeɛ a ɛne ɛko kɛse a ɔde ko yɛ a wɔtumi establish saa center no ɛwɔ Kolebu na ɛdi kan wayɛ adeɛ paa ɛno ne deɛ wokɔ soro ba fam sɛ nka wamfa ne nan yɛnsi fam anyi no ho ɛnto ankyɛ a nka mengye ndi sɛ nka yɛdu baako a yɛwɔ ɛsɛsiɛ na neɛ aka yɛn ne sɛ yɛbɛtumi ahwɛ ama heart center no etumi edi mu yie adakabra tam bia na meka sɛ ya sɛ bia obɛka sɛ yareɛ bi ɛba a ɛwɔ good side bi nanso meka ne sɛ yareɛ bi te sɛ covid akyerɛ yɛn nyansa sɛ yɛn mpanyimfoɔ ɛbɛhunu sɛneɛ yareɛ ya esitiɛ ne yɛde yadwen aba apɔmuden ho ne aka sɛ yɛnyɛ ɛma obiara efisɛ obi nim neɛ obi anim neɛ ɛbɛto no ebetumi ato panyini ebetumi ato akola ebetumi ato panyini bi wɔ adwuma mu ebetumi ato labor ni wɔ adwuma at any time enti yɛmbɔ modern sɛ yapɔmuden afam deɛ yɛbɛpagya no ama akɔyɛ biribi a kyɛ sɛ obi a ɔbɛkɔ hospital biara no yɛnhunu sɛ waduru baabi a ɔsan aba fie nyɛ sɛ wɔkɔ na akɔka sɛ okofim sɛ nkanyɛ yareɛ ne nkɛwɔ hɔ no mu yɛ anka megye sɛ yɛmpanyimfoɔ dodoɔ naa no yareɛ bi anka bɛba biara no ne yɛbɛdi kan ayɛ ne sɛ yɛde ɔmo etu kwan yɛde ɔmo efiri Ghana ha no ansa sesei yareɛ alɔke yɛn enti no obi a ɔbɛba biara no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛdi kan ɛde no kɔ yɛfrɛ ne sɛn Kolebu anaasɛ hospital a ɛyɛ kɛseɛ wɔ ha no ne yɛdi kan ɛhwɛ no wɔ hɔ no enti no yɛbɛsrɛ aban bi a ɔbɛba a ɔbɛkɔ biara no ɔmbɔ mmɔden sɛ yapɔmuden afa mu ne deɛ yɛbɛ raise no akɔ akɔduru level bi na ɔman a yɛwɔ mu a apɔmuden animu ne deɛ ɛnna kyɛ sɛ ne yɛyɛ biara no mfasoɔ biara ɛni so basi yɛwɔ apɔmuden a ɛne yɛbɛtumi aka sɛ yɛyɛ adwuma ne yɛnya sika na sɛ yɛyɛ nkurɔfoɔ yɛ yare tam biara a yɛde yɛkɔ hospital yɛntumi ɛnsan ma deɛ a ɛne yɛhia sɛ yɛbɛka sɛ yɛtena yɛ man yi mu enti na apɔmuden afa mu ne deɛ mɛsrɛ sɛ yɛn mpanyimfoɔ no ɛma ɔmo ani ɛnkɔ hɔ no paa sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛnya yɛnkasa yɛntumi ɛnyɛ pɛ tam biara masɛm a bɛka no nanso no yɛmpagya yɛ apɔmuden to level bi a so obi wɔ akurase kora na sɛ yɛde ne ba district hospital bi a obenya yɛfrɛ ne sɛn ɛyi bi sɛ fa akɔma bɛyɛ deɛ me san akɔ fie ɛnyɛ sɛ meba na me nkwa ahwere me ɛsɛ yɛwɔ hospitals bi wɔ ha de mu a adakabra wobɔ din a obi a ɔbɛka sɛ ɔkɔ hɔ no mu biara no na neyɛm ɛhyehye no nanso ɛnyɛ saa na wɔ sɛ yɛtena ɔman yi mu yɛyɛ no enti ne mpanyimfoɔ ma yɛni ɛnkɔ hɔ na titiri yɛfrɛ ne sɛn yɛ cardio center yi sɛ biribi tosini wɔ hɔ no mu a yɛma yɛni nkɔ hɔ no mu yɛnhwehwɛ mu ɛhunu ne yɛtosini wɔ hɔ no mu ne yɛmpagya nsi hɔ no mu na ma yɛmma ne Dr. Frimpong Boateng waba abɛdua yi ɛnkɔsɛe
ɛyɛ owura Sylvester Sapon soprano of the CPP Atnase matansa na ɛbɛma na kɔ aba no ɛsan kɔ back to Kafui Amegan Kafui sɛ heart speciality deɛ bɛka ne sɛ nka Ghana yɛako yɛnim kakra na ɛdeɛ paa na ɛwɔ mu a ɛbaa spending 6 days at the cardio center yɛntumi anyɛ ho biribiara
Yo, Adakabri, I think, sir, you see, Yaria Edo Bekono, sometimes you have no idea. Because when you're sure, say, ex-president Rollins, Nebusia for Edene Ko Cardio Center, no munim so more Konomako Jano. They felt that they were going to get treatment for him to come. But one thing that
proceed detain one, Namuko Jatwa. Say, any proceed panyin kokasa, yentiasie. Why na doctor detain no, what could you atwa say? One tiasie say doctor detain no. Doctor do detain one. Now, what's
no crapper, no crap. When it comes to health issues, but I make kind earlier, say, issues here by year. Me sure say yaria a chin in pufrim. Prekupene say ya rational edeneko. But it can be a conditioner. He may have been aware, or the family may have been aware for some time.
Because a close and dependable source said, say, Nakuma no, nature said, Okaka akankasa Nakuma no, nature say, presuppositions say, a known ailment.
Adakabri na make catch was enra ne was sensa. Emra we ne ba ye no a ne ye we no. What came up was the same issue you said because when we place calls out no, the omo kan say na koma yare na na eku no. Enti no it tells you say e ade a omunim de da. Enti he was going for maybe a medical review or a bibia na ehano a they think that they need to go and look at the conditions and stabilizing. The reason why it was kept quiet because Adakabri ade a wonim say wo ho na o call for review there enya ade a wo ye ho didi say enkai omunim na ye fresh ailment there then that could have raised an eyebrows say prekope no wenya heart attack ene ye de no call kolebu enti no ya rational de no call kolebu that could have raised an eyebrows nka there is no way I mean ye kasa say oma handle ni ye and they've kept quiet on it no nka ebetumi ye bibia
there's no suggestion say ya handle ni ye
dabi anu de kra asem na me ka say sani ya minua na ka say omo handle way security setup ni handle issue ni ye ama bonten ama nkrofo anye dede ama ma run out ankwa nkwohwe say ye kwohwe ye papa ne sani ne hotie anase abeye alarm de say ye suro say bibibo ne beto no they felt that it was a normal medical checkup entino way social media video bi kura me hu ye no me say that hospital ho no kra girl bi ni ko twa picture ma wo pagya ne nsa enti it tells you that he was in a stable condition it was just a stable condition ya wo mu yi na afedi ye prekope no ye kwete saa oyene yi a brechie yi a aboyen yi a odupon ye tutu a eye nwanwa Adakabri we in MPP at a point in time we felt that Rollins was at home we were okay with him and then come to me yes is catch us say ye papa ti ase kra bi ankobeto aba na mana na ekufuado enti no ye ndi ye so ye hu ne say ye asem kase pa na aboyen it is a nation's disaster na sa 6 days yi sane na menua yi kasai adwuma Professor Frimpong Boati aye Adakabri I have had a similar encounter at cardio center ye madam for paire but when you go there now share adwuma doctor for ni ye wo hono mo a omutumi de resuscitate ne yire no a it is no joke omo ye adwuma but ade anyame aka no na waka it is something that you cannot run away from but like you rightly said ye nyina ya dwen say ne ma mi di 100 plus why couldn't he have lived that long but as you rightly said genetic mu bia nyina misa say na ne papa di mfie sen so we could have compared it's too early it is not something that we were expecting at this time say this thing should have happened and you know I think that yes the medical team may have done their best to make sure that they can let him live longer but the will of God stands supreme in everything
Kafu Amega anya otinka of the MPP soprano ya muatrase
ya minua
JJ Rollins spending 6 days at cardio center and expiring on a heart ailment. The impact on the country as a young man. Who saying?
Well, penny me da si bebre a opportunity na ana mo de ama CPP for no tembia no ana te se de ameka no CPP say no sebe iniska but ye ideologically convinced say ye no ye kwan na ye person ka ye faso ma o man tumpon no better na moma your opportunity say me e ba hanum na ana yes your bomb pie kese ma mo pa woni FM because then ka on say yenum yinisika bia na e be wa ama mo to say the nkrofo ba konom no ye no so nti nyankopon hira mo say na ma friend because amo nyamo bi musa no to say mo mu din FM sa na nka yin eduane kra bia nka nya bi ni sa na meka no so nti God bless needs FM so moma convention people's party opportunity and I can assure you, Sir President Kwame Nkrumah is very happy with NEAT FM as a result. So
yes.
Now, tama misano. Enyom ba ko ame aka wo mitrim Simon almost say, Ghana people, make you wake up and fight for your rights. We no go sit down, make them cheaters every day. No. We no go sit down, make them cheaters every day. There be that. You know, me so not 31st December coup no. So President Rawlings here in a second coup bita. And NDC for name or kind of friend a revolution. But yeah, CPP for there, we don't see anything revolutionary about the fact say na Ghana constitutional order which was in order. Na President Hillary Man etia deswa oye adwuma. So onya the government after the chaos of the 1970s, SMC 1 and 2, General Champon, Ignatius, Kutu Champon, and Kufu, General Kufu. So, inti Mr. Nomete Sanyum no, me kind so pa na every year. Dr. Kwesibo Chebe kind budget. Then be your kind budget you I know peke CBSC. Kaipa na my parents is true no pa or bet TV so na man for home because now said the country was about to get a little bit more harder, you know. But one thing about President Rawlings, and he said he came across as a fair leader. So na uhuna utumu say onye nyafu fuoni bi. It is obvious. Oba and wama mesisa ne extended family fu nyina mfa by force. So although he honors all family members, he reached out. Now, more importantly for me, and particularly, what made a huge impression on me about President, Rawlings, the extraordinary effort we put in to bring an end to the guinea worm, problem. Sad disease na we chrome hanum na. Now will be nine gogome white be free home bano. President Rawlings dedicated his entire life, his a chunk of his presidency, and actually, statistically brought it down to zero, so to speak. After say Ghana Guinea worm President Rawlings eradicate Now me feel say sad no ena Ghana for be pen asem because President Rawlings no nche no. Sabi oba no amaye no hu bourgeoisie salad semu bia so obi a otimi tisi gatem no oye adwuma na nkrofo sere no so ayi tam America Guinea we masem na President Rawlings etimi ede ne nsa eka obi nan a ekuru atu no a ayi gogomi bi free mu but can you imagine? I mean, I don't think say a lot of our presidents can have that ability. I say na President Rawlings no o nipa ho atenka. Despite the fact say ebia or no say be any party see nyina no na oye mistakes bi no, I think say Ghanaians moved forward off of some of the excesses of his time. So I don't want to go there right now. Everybody knows the story. So CPP for no, we are very sad. Say on my opinion, or a maverick, you would say, President Rawlings, from where I will pay by any the annual obey or Ghana, CPP for no any increment, your only sorrow, they say President Rawlings actually set Ghana back in a democracy, by 20 years at least. So I say, and Uncle Fubu or shed any history, they either out of lack of knowledge and ill information, The reality in this country, they say, yes, President Rawlings, maybe a democracy by Ghana. Actually, near our democracy in 1981, President Hillary Man, our 10 ideas by the grace of God. And Rawlings ni PNDC for, including President J. Kufuor, we must be frank. As we move to Hillary Man. So, and Rawlings etna so sa no 92 or Simon call back, under pressure, from Ghanaians, Professor Dubois Hemoni at the forefront. So, yes, I call back to, I want to also talk about Dr. Rekubrobi Radio Eye, warrior Kesiepa, Dr. Rekubrobi Ghanaian patriot, Radio Eye issue, So, and I break it free ADAKABRI, I'm really say you might win in a cost. Radio Eye, Dr. Rekubrobi, God bless you wherever you are. Our democracy was set back by 20 years. But ultimately, all is well that ends well. Here we are right now. They see an what democracy, air coso. Yeah, very sad about the situation with the Rollinses. Want to reach out to Mrs. Nana Konedu Ajima Rollins. This must be terrible, unimaginable, because we all know, say, President Rollins and the life partner, and Mrs. Konedu Ajima Rollins. And I say, one of the mainstays I really admire about the Rollinses is the fact that Mr. and Mrs. Rollins they have been married forever. So I don't know, as a Romani Kesiano, our Jaya ni Sanyomano, when I see the relationship that was forged in love and patriotism by Nana Konedu Ajima Rollins and Inikunu, when baby called President Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rollins I'm motivated. God bless Mrs. Nana Konedu Ajima Rollins. I would also want to use this opportunity to say, yes, so I'm careful. You see, when you look at where the Rollinses came from and where they are right now, we are a maverick political family and a leading, political family in Ghana. This is a fact. Until we should protect the Rollinses. Until if indeed no more can say a COVID and this situation nearby, then it is very important that the protocols, as pertains to how we, protect and everybody against possible infection and transmission, should be enforced as with regards to the Rollinses, in a bid to protect them for the legacy of this country and the legacy of His Excellency, the late President J.J. Rollins. So, in protect your money, check your money. It's unfortunate, COVID, no. And yes, and only kuni papa say, but underlying diseases, to say hypertension, diabetes, all samonia, the adena, one who su ya. So, and no COVID neba now immune system, are weak. So I say, hey, so viral diseases, to say HIV, and also so immune system, weak. Ana yam paying for no some here with respect, say, or some isolate him home. So I say, be a sabi, we say, Bob bread, baby, where do you have now by chile cagray? Na COVID, I be you with him. Into our soul ball home buying. Fear no could be background when you actually cacrano no cassa, there are some crown or no barbeca on for our telephone. So because we shower a casa words any day. So now, also no, Mr. Dana Bodapi has been involved, he's been in the thick of all of this. He also should be protected, vis-a-vis the COVID protocols. So now, Adakabri, I dear back on Sunny say, media, I say, we've been bonny, I know I papa, and now papa, I know I bonny. So, Sabi, your man penny call Rollins or call hospital, and I call Kababy, or call the book. So, Obia, a bit marker say beyond the time, Yamina friend. But there being so not doctor for no year negligent. So what I say, they have rampant and multiple reports. I just say doctors no more work but they find a boy more negligent. But there are no money here for any deal. Intiana said we want to mean a lawyer. So what I say, Intia per se, post-mortem pa. Exactly what happened to the president. And in fact, talking of post-mortem, post-mortem report about His Excellency, the late Professor J.E.A. Mills. Post-mortem, and yet, ye post-mortem, opening war, so now, because CPP for we are a science and technology based party. So we want to base our, conclusions on data and verifiable empirical facts. Okay, now, Nana, ADAKABRI. But you also science as well. Over here say, post-mortem, and autopsy, no. Minim, you might know better, but to the best of my knowledge, autopsies, and your part, and you're covered under national health insurance. So what I say, into will be what you name seni pano, with any kuno, a very important thing, keep me a capture autopsies, under national health insurance, if that is not already the case, because a data collection, so we ask a woman sisiano, algorithms, any idea you ma, or more computer, who are the on Betty as more even crowd WhatsApp, any Instagram. You should know what algorithms is, numbers, how many people are following you. Send a share salary, time saying it is a year autopsy now. You be background to me who free actually because of autopsy, but we will be the whole way as oh. Ebi abe before na bury no ni afa na akwa to baby and share and check ya the kweku no. Enti me person ka yetimi enya autopsy report for President Rollins. Now, amongst other things, you say doctor for no more negligence in Tina Penya in a pen SMC free more, just to make assurance double sure. So now, Nana ADAKABRI, the person of the late president, I want baby called J.J. Rawlings, it also marks the end of an era. So what you say? Sa Anna Meka says Amri or Maya Timu any mu amani hunu. Ghana for woman. Say Ghana for a Maya Timu, it's a mufu say Yakoya Nimuna Mania Jihua. Then the era of Rawlings, which includes Dr. Professor Kwame Nkrumah and Dr. Kwesi Botchwey, President J. Kufuor, and then Kufuor, President Mahama, Honorable Special Prosecutor Martin Amidu, Alaji Hudu Yaya, so Nana Kunedu Ajman Rawlings, Mrs. Joyce Ayi, Sa Impenyin Foni Nano. Women are responsible for the state of Ghana, its economy, over the past 40 years, since the 1980s. And for better or for worse, Yem penny for we no, ena omo achen aba bedru baby ya bedru ya si juriga si ye de yen obi ohonu man yo me ekoso ma no pa ye de nyame ase Rawlings ni na adom manage Mahama mo era no so but obi ohonu ma obehu say in fact Ghana no say economy no say it is in tatters really no I am penny for your presidents and na stress ade kra no I am go ase still ekoso. So, because we have not been able to be self-determinant. So, that is the era now, a woman, Rawlings era, no, coming to an end. So, but the NCPP for no, ye per se, ye making sure, say, era we na eba end, no, any the new era eba, no, it should be an era of prosperity for Ghanaians. We wish prosperity for Ghanaians, and we have strategies in our manifesto that, delivers prosperity to Ghanaians. You can't prosperity, we are talking about work, eduma. What I say, work and happiness. Said be a young boy no. Ubenya adwuma ye na watimi aware o girl. No majai say mujinejina modo ba ase no. So betimi anya adwuma ye be ma salary with benefits that can support a family. Enya 300 cedis yes you could ye ma 300 cedis are almost you are creating employment. That is a stipend. It is a we go school na papa ma coins se faton kat ye. So at na transportation credit could ye nua na ye saying. So into CPP for no. Whilst people like the members of the National Democratic Congress, whilst they are looking at the future, so new era now, remuno after the era of J.J. Rawlings, new era now, Ghana remuno, CPP for we are determined not to, go the way of the other parties. Until whilst President John Mahama, the future promise the youth of Ghana, and you say Obama will more Okada and I hear na Kufuor adwa. Ono so no see enko to bauxite na yen say bremu na ebushua for just by the way bauxite no make catch them say so ho see almost say for $3 billion so it is a dead end investment because gold okra mpo na ma ye sen say goodie na sika wo ma e best san wo man Ghana na mibusa Ghana for say gold okra no ye tu no ekro ma be 200 years no he fa na de akọ na susuampa bauxite. Bauxite at san anyu akoko na ye fail no that is bauxite so munima so it's abusuan for CPP for no we don't want to go the way of bauxite go to crane to me am why a dead end investment we don't want to go the way of Okada we don't believe that the youth of Ghana no Okada is their forte what you any omu future ye per se ye call solar energy at minimum so and a very quick ADAKABRI may card manu si from na ya at the end of the era of Rawlings the CPP the area ye per se ye call very quickly, Abushanfo Amuti, the TN say, ye per se ye cost solar energy. Oh, that's a solar industry, no. And ye can say why? And they say, Ghana, no, ye were latitude 4 degrees north. So, na say, see, and we share or more lead was solar energy business, no, my Germany for our latitude 31 degrees north, and China for latitude 36, if I'm not mistaken, But the point, they say, what Germany, any China, we are about 12 o'clock and to 2 o'clock. And you know, my holding where we are no. Germany for we 1 square meter. You can't 1 square meter. It is a wafer tape. No watching 1 meter. No one measure another 1 meter. It is a plot square. 1 meter no. And you know, my holding woman no. Our Germany no. Less than 1,000 watts per square meter. So square meter and 1,000 watts. Less than. But uba a big brim ha now call Subriso our Eastern Regional Energy Commission for a test now. energy content of the sun enyina ma hoɔden a ɛwɔ awia mu wɔ subiri so ɛyɛ over 2000 watts per square meter. So na solar energy no abusua
subiri so na wan
subiri eastern region hɔ baby. Sɛ minim sɛ makani ya
estimation van
ayi man fa me bia
tie no de oka no would search that no would search that
okay
na akwa abakwa ase na subiri so
adakabere wa ben
okay ɛne ya minim hɔ but what ayi subiri so
for small pa
sure
omu constituency
okay
esa
atiwa east
just ukwa akiri utwa search na watwa tire nkwan no esa hɔ na sɛ training free kumase bankra ɛhɔ na bo nsa ho do search sata tete ne fa ne kankan
okay
say asese din
okay abusia nti asma America no say subiri sufo so omo very important in the renewable energy solar energy equation of Ghana because omo honom no a particular area energy content no ana enyinam ahoden ewe awia no mu ahoden pa na the America no say solar energy no ana solar energy no solar energy no solar panel and a battery te say car battery and yede yes adwuma no so na solar panel no ahwehwe glass enti CPP for near say aboso glass factory no na by the way we are aware so mu close no down because that time no almost yenya 2 megawatts of energy and find glass here dey anwia te say mpoano anwia na eye it's a baby solar energy plant we will retrofit it modernize it near be a glass factory na be solar panels no so na the battery so na a power a solar say panel a kaniano na battery ye benya ho akade wen na ne ye ka say wokọ volta region battery ne ye the lithium ion eno nso so ye metal be e wa asase mu ene ye de battery ehihye ye fon mu ne car battery eti adakabre ekiebe establish sa industry no government and yankaka say private sector is the engine of growth and for abusuafo bi amegina ho emeye nhye omunko aho eti aban na bebie so ho ne aye battery na eti solar no so onim solar and a daytime no panel no ahwehwe no echi awia na charge battery no anajo na battery na eye adwuma because awia no charge no daytime eti na the American say yes adie we see ye battery ye kotu afri from e de akọ factory akoye battery na de omo ye plastic case no aye de battery ni be hihiem ni ye de akọ stores ni ya market bi Benin Togo Nigeria ane na panels na any solar panels any omo ye installation omo de solar no e bubọ nkrofo dan so e de ton omo ye marketing so any omo ye repairs na batteries kwaku me na daw me nkyira wo fake. So on CPP for no, I'm showing you precisely how you be creating millions of jobs in this country. And jobs na yeah mano. And yeah, you might see could we are no kogugu sunya ma 300 cedis so. These jobs na America these are the jobs of the future. These are the jobs na America for ni ade adini nyina pese mo start here Joe Biden no when they talk about the green energy. But by the grace of God, no yen Ghana for no ye what latitude 4 degrees. Yen awia no ye dia. What you say? Into the Convention People's Party, no, we see say in this new era after J.J. Rawlings ne cohort ne nebusia for ne generation no, the new generation cannot be doing Okada as the future.
Okay.
And no penny they cannot be thinking about Okada. We'll be catching Okada. Tell the person say CP before say solar industry. Then another catch was here to form and copper bauxite. I catch and say gold Ukraine dear coin na to siampa bauxite. CPP says solar energy. Nyamiya do more mam chance. I'm to aso. You will goose bebre the magana for goose bebre pa. Thank you ADAKABRI.
Ora soprano ejinemu edema Convention People's Party CPP na ugusu TNIT 100.9 FM. Ye open with the demise of former President of the Republic Jerry John Rawlings and ya cascade into really no the ye catch Ghanaians omunfa enye susudie ensijina ye emfa ye political party. Zabri kwekweje commissary yentie John Mahame okokudura asante se ase nipa bi esusu se wo mo de yawo yato UP num inti se akokọ sasa de kura na enye akroma no efe nti ɔkyerɛ sɛ monhwɛ adwuma a makɔyɛ nti ɔkɔgyina kɔtɔkɔ hene anim ɛna mayɛ wei na ayɛ sɛ mpoatwa bi sɛ ɛyɛ ne nua president of the republic nakɔ na ɔsɛ mayɛ 1850 project na kɔtɔkɔ hene kaa sɛ wakrakyefoɔ no nyi projects no nkyerɛ kwaku biantie wɛ
Yobedasi ADAKABRI. Ya me ba nyina mpokra na menim say owura Rollings won sem kwana ye ba beka. If you say you obey ye no and as we speak now the longest ever serving president ye nya no otena konya so echeye. And ye de wura nchenchen ya sese ye de we say so e de aba betum. No kre na His Excellency the former president John Dramani Mahama no nam asantemam abato no mre aso a je say obonto a ne obeye ani ade e no kai amamfo na ADAKABRI no mbe adwen say this is not the first time BBC koso and I say yati bibisa ye di kan His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo eko asantemam eko ka kire na no otikoko so say the ministers ne nananom a the ministers a omune no eye adwuma no dodo na no eye santehene ne nananom ani ade nti no omonhwe wama Ashanti region for dodo na no na ban mu nti no omonhwe na omonto aba emfama no Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aso eko I think Volta region side hodomo eko ka se mere aso a e wo se Volta for eto aba edema MPP if September no omoto omaba e de ko baako na omonhwe no mon system se ne be ya omso mbinya impuntu bi no monto aba emfama MPP da na se mekai so ana na Akufo-Addo biom so san so ko adafo no na se krobofo no mu hono ohene bi okohia ahemfo wo hono ema oka se omonto asa ohene ne kan bi no okoka se ono no omonto aba emfama na da and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama so akwakogina asantemam ono so akwakoka nsema ono okoka ni ndwuma a waye e no kire se omonhwe so na omonfa ento aba emma ADAKABRI me metna hadmo no mabbo modin akasa se me ye Ghana ni me de me party colors ebeto nchen kakra me yire me hu se me de beto nchen ye kekako ba bia me mafam no me hu ne se ye yade nyimu bi aba omanyimu se ya nhwe ne yie ne anso ano a okina bi no edi nyimu kese bi beba ye nkonya ba bi pa emfa oman no enkogina ne ba bi wo hono a eye se obeka ne wo ye anase ne waye ne ye nhwe so emfa nto abamma na ye ka so a me ye nka emma enkowie se edi nchichemu anase nyimu na eba na se ye de kono asantemamu a me afa kwa me fi eye buoman a me fi imre bi aba betwam ko ADAKABRI ye ka no hono mpokura se 77 previous a wo de aponche be gina ho na wo de MPP egunu ko mu kra beto aba e de ama no e hodmo na me hu ne se ye de yadwen mom no ehwe ye kuro no nko a ene ye kasa ye ka but ye nhwe ye frɛ ne sen sɛne ye kuro no ebetumpon but me hu no sɛ abato sɛ enye mpuntuo ene nsakraye ne yehwehwɛ wo ya setena mu dia ene nka abato wo hodom nka hia sɛ ye brɛ ye hu sɛ kwakoto aba nti no so akwakoka bi bisa wo hodom a me feel sɛ eye ade a o kyerɛ ne ye waye e wa santemam ne yehwɛ saa nyoma no ho ye mfa to aba mfa ma no sɛ ne be ya oba obetumi ayi bi e de aka ho na asanteman enhwɛ sɛ omo besesa omo nsa no kakra na womotumi ato aba edi ama no o sɛ ADAKABRI asante kasa musu ya wo bibi kasa bi ya na ewom sɛ me asante ni so ya na me dadwene ho e bia obetumi aboa me ya na yɛta ka nsɛm bi sɛ asante nkai me maya sɛ meti sasɛm no ase yie efi sɛ me de me ho gi amanyɔsɛm mu no ya na me ka kyerɛ me ho sɛ ade nti na yɛka saa asɛm no sɛ asante nkai maya so me nya adekrunti a eba ya ema yɛka saa asɛm no efi sɛ ya na ne ba bi ohodma yɛ enam amanyɔsɛm mu nti no ya na ɛyɛ me yakakra sɛ yɛka saa asante nkai na sɛ me de toto enwoma bi ho a efi sɛ fa akwa me fi na mmea minim se be krum pa no se me hwe nneoma akoso wo hodmo efa ne mpuntu akoso e wa figya kwabre nofa adakabre metina hanmo aka say Rawlings any NDC baye and as a 10 bia NDC ebe basu bia no ena figya kwabre no etumi enya bibi se no efri hodmo a meka ne mpuntu enu efri hodmo a
you be support suggestions say your fathers, your mothers saw Rawlings as evil, but then presently you and your ilk see Rawlings as a hero.
Men kind of say they saw him as
At the time he
he
passed, your mom, no papa, no. Kania, we do not see him as evil. And I just said, there won't know, so a hero.
I will sit here and say, 1, I was born in the barracks. 2, I grew up in the barracks. My father was in the army in 1979. I saw what was going on. And I will say, Rawlings isn't an evil. Rawlings.
Would it be the position of your father then?
But me, it is not true, say Rawlings, evil. If he says 79, I'm papa, it was Sujamu. Adakabronima, Sojani Bia Ebekachira will say, the entry point to the barracks, sentry hormono, very important to the soldier, and I said to the military. In 79, Abaya netiso, na soldier abay and a netiso. Entering the barracks was as dirty as anything. Soldiers are no muko duty wo hodmo, no mu shekambua your friend kotoko enyamo. Omu uniforms, no mu de panie enya huma and the pempam. And that is what the soldiers hate. Death. Obekacho say dirty on parade. Wabo you say kurefu kakrampo krani say u definya ba parade hodmo. Se ye kase ye ko hodmo a ye betumi aka ne lead to your friend is saying the 79 uprising no. It's a barracks hodmo no. Aban anetiso na ye soldier aban ye mbusa se na etisen. That time near saline na near to seminar. Soldiers, officers were getting cartons, whilst junior officers, any other ranks, were getting 3 cakes of guardian for their family. And on the lead entity ye can yanka bibi enfree na shase and near their kwakuwi. Me and son in finfini, ye son in finfini a dudwana no enhunu nukre na ewo mu no. Dudwana enhunu nukre na ewo mu no. Entino Rawlings there to me, wasn't an evil. At that time, no kuno ebaye no. Adakabre so tie soldier for na no mu na. Na papa no ka humbi. They had wanted senka army officers no. Yebekum omu nyina. Officers anka obeka, top officer anka obe was going to be a captain. Nenka army no, Ghana army has started from a captain upwards. Ya ne binumu entiasia at the frontier ema 11 generals no. Ewuye. Edu baby no. They were to choose either to sacrifice the 11 generals or they finish, your friend is saying, they kill all officers. And you can imagine, 1 battalion, nipa saying any room, officers saying the word room. Now, so we reduce your money, Ababe do only a captain, how many people were going to die. And then say, ye blame Rawlings, ye blame Abine obetu yeno, obetu nugu yeno, ni almost 1 year, ekofa sadiano at the baye. And then I don't see Rawlings as an evil. Obeyebi. And I said, you make no sono, in micromufo, atwaba, kofa, kwa, young canocre, send your Rawlings at the Roma, in Kabuama, in Kankania ni honmo. In Kankania ni ho. Rawlings ne buying your friends in Kania. Dr. Buzia, any votes to do Eddie free honmo. But now me pesa mekon wo hodmo. But near me can say, yep, elections are ye kumi, yen she. Near. And yet, me crampo ne wasa meka. His Excellency na Akufo Addo na aka say, yenhwe records, yenfa ntoaba. Enti me can say, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama akwako gina honmu. Na wo ka nnwuma wo ye. Ewo asantimamu e de akire ye friend say otumfu a. Me mafam ni de me gitum say odika. Se ne be ya yasam na ye kan say asantinkai no. Ye be kai.
Okay. Kwe sare ejikum. Na kwe ejikum sare. of the NDC natin Gusu na WhatsApp here on 050-600-0909. Kafui Amega of MPP. Mientie wa minia.
Ozuyuma. Area medase na oshe president statement or the ababe to ho say for 1 week you suspend a year political campaigning na flags nyina and fly at half marks na che say ojitum say a statesman has fallen and therefore the whole country must come to rally behind that statesman as atem ya wato for me na ohwe asemu aminu yakwaku kenya no kre yesi yan compare records enwuma ayaye na yedi hu adanse na yebon hu dero na emra ex president Mahama ekwa Asante memu a oda ne hu edi a kire Asante hene na okeka ne nsem no na enipa kro no anso se na ne kasafa issues ya ethnocentrism se tribal bigotry insensemi na menua kwaku kan se MPP nya niveaus kese pa ifri Asante memu todayghana.com on the 7th of May 2014 na MPP kurana na enya makonya so na ex-president Mahama ya ne kujina Asante memu regional coordinating council eno ka say Asante for enye appreciative omani nso the NDC for ma won and you see where the issues are coming from na yaka even where they get the most part of their votes from the voter region NDC ma ban so enye mpuntu dwuma bia strategic voter region but most of the developments that you see their roles in many way President Kufuor is when voter region began to see such kind of improvement and voter region so has been a seat that has been predominantly for the opposition NDC and we have not gone there to even begrudge them of how the vote is. What Vice President Mahmudu Bawumia said is that this time round we expect that the NDC could throw more of their votes to the MPP. But you know, say how seat ni there. Honorable Peter Mewu or G seat no Ediama MPP and of course it's coming solidly. We have no doubt about that, and that one will be a shocker. They say send a soprano eka for the way CPP there and the some way adjoining political party. The party is gone and it's gone for good. You see, Ghana is run on the two-party system. Until all they are good, they either have to share to see where they can pitch it up with succeeding government
system near 12 candidates on the ballot.
Yes, you see, basically there is a multi-party system, but there have been since '92. There have been two parties that have taken power since '92 Ayedeba, and so would it be. We've not yet seen a third force that is coming through. A CPP as a party that we could have seen as a third force has been broken down into several pieces and several arms because the Nkrumahs have not been able to put themselves together. The NDC has taken a chunk of the Nkrumahs away, and then the rest has been really broken down into several other pieces. We wait to see how they'll be able to put themselves together and come up. But the end here, because we were in a country where we saw graduates who have completed school and then they had nothing to do. Their frustration led them into the formation of the Graduate Unemployment Association. It became an issue here. The sitting president at that time, John Dramani Mahama, was asked on an issue. Say, enyuma eni ekurom ha, and therefore how are you going to get this youth to get a job? Nkrofo ti ase plain say onya magician na we conjure adwuma ama adwuma aba. And under the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, now we can see that jobs have been created. Uyinap Kofri Honomwa, Afan Krofo adwuma mu a, you have this one district, one factory. Ya establish here, and also fan kwalei adwuma mu. We share the na minia soprano Kenya. Even youth in afforestation ya. May he so rest in perfect peace. Ya papa Sir John Edibayi. We share kwala afanwa. Hitherto they might be running on the street. It tells you in Yuma Yakritia Fawo. We have been in this country when we have seen nurses complain bitterly, and then the arrogancy of it has come out to tell them, say, we won't reinstate your nursing allowance today or tomorrow, even if it will cost us of our seat. And yes, indeed, it did. Nana Baye, he's made it work, and then nurses are now getting their allowances. Enti emra yan call Asante Hene ho Nana koda no ho adi chira Asante Hene say emra na so ye san abo ekwa probo oka chire Nana say moye adwuma na moye no ma wo mane mo ho daru na Asante de Asante kai, all because yen to men so kania no ne mfa nche table na say ese so kania no ne di si table ne so na obi hu adwuma ayaye the development of the country, the growth of it under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa in less than 4 years, how far we have brought a country that had been backwarding for some time under the 8 years of the NDC administration, where we saw national health insurance not working, where our education system was such on the rock that students unisika politicians ADAKABRI nkabe sori anopano na wufie anone nkrofo asam ho because they want money to go and pay school fees intino nyamene no kura nimu na edumire bia na wukrom kura wuntumi nko because obekọ no nipa no ntumi nyi wani or sample sikanso kura dia hospital. But when Nana came with his flagship project, the free SHS, they say no ama NDC 4 MPP 4 omokomo adwon now we NHIS is working na say at least ukita card now betumi akọ. We are also getting to the era where we are now going to fuse the NHIS card into the Ghana card. And it tells you now you look at the digital address system and you see how it is working. You see Soprano, before say Kasano, we all took our time when you were talking about the solar system and your mechanisms, and we were now there, we could have rebutted you equally, but we took our time to listen to all that you told us. And I don't expect to say, okay,
my nine homre. Yeah, my nine homre.
FRIMPONG Needs FM.
Ghana ba Fourth Republic imono yato aba imprenson 7 times. The etoson watwe ene ba beto no December 2020. We nyina mu no Ghana ene di nkunim. Afi nso despite media be no sene ye no abato afi biara.
Say abato afi dru so say ya. Wani tua omaimu ni nyina ni that despite media so.
Afi ya bato no ebe ye repeat and say revenge ana upset bebem December 7th ena ebe chire.
Eye decision time despite media group say a free sabre akopem si abato aba no akenkan na afi ya bobbo amienhu de odi nkunim wa abato nim no despite media group wa ena sese wutie na wo hwe yen se eye TV ana eye radio kai se eye decision time
edie ehu na wo hwe ato aba afie eye manifesto ana campaign boshe
enunti na despite media aye ne say from now till December despite media ma okwan amwahunu ne ekonyina
ye bebo amwahunu ne ekonyina na wasigina beboa Ghana dachi me kire say what take decision it's decision time
every sabre ya kopim say ye beto aba na wie na yabobo no die muntie na monhye despite media channels every say munnim die betimi aye
NPPC for more to do more. NDCC change the change. CPPC yes some. PPPC a new hope for Ghana. LPGC a unemployment benefit for all children under 18.
So what Ghana Union Movement in Ka obeti gum na APC eno akwadonko ono susu sen enye no a decision time enti siwa dwinipi
wonim that I said despite media dear ya come say enya yesi ya kan fenchim na 275 constituencies ni nyina despite media wo hodada enti uni how
Despite media, Metro Peace FM, Hello FM, OK FM, Neat FM, UTV, and Peace FM Online. Yewo homa mo sade ye ne dada no. Eno nti tumuday na mafidie ne nkaheya.
decision time on despite media ye die na ye tie
Wenti any etunsa frel say Brabeka despite media platforms ahodo nyina ho. With our team of experienced journalists and reporters, you are assured of nothing but the best for election 2020. Yes, Shamobo said 275 constituencies, 33,000 polling stations. Nini nara yini trim near the hunsem nara ebebrem. Election 2020, despite media say a decision time.
Kachi, if you ra, me ba wono yire ho. Ena so biem. Efi ambutie, bosome me ma mutu awrante sei. If you ra 40 Ghana cedis. Efi na de kro mo batua 80 Ghana cedis.
hey sani say unti
Mabusa bi, efi ra metia, bitimi betete mo mpoma mu ho. Ehu de ekoso nyina. Na this way chocolate drink da abai. Some no ma etwa no mo ani. Da ban na wo kra obetitu. Wotumi aka say bi efi ra fa osu ohye bra. Eme ye ntwa bi kwa ma no mu da.
eje fiera sa de wo duobo fiera fe de wo tu ye ni fiera fe de wo tete ye this way chocolate drink fufu yin so a egudwomi ye tenant fo ne esa akoto betwa team no madan
fiera wo tu ani o wo tu ani ya bra adan na this way chocolate drink no sugar enum dada sugar wom ene no aso anya wusu ohye
ane de wo hia ani so ohye
na anopa bia me hwie so hye gu kapom de befa manim ho ehwe se bia mo ba fra me ate this way sachet ba kompo egu mo atwa ti amama no mo mo ye bi da
fiera sa de ye nye this way chocolate drink egusu supermarket or can see jom filling stations and shops and wo mo tonto onyema te egusi and so ne yansa nkoto emetwa team awonum
fiewura beni fufu valanda so a wodi buai ye yesa ya umuna wodi kutukum ye koto this way chocolate drink nso so a fiewura ye nya oda bio sir we shall see
atu yan yabre
ye beko
FDA ahwehwe se adwodie nkratoe mu agye atum se eye.
Utie oha FRIMPONG no Neat FM
Neat 100.9 FM so any na ene Friday November 13 2020 and the time just about gone 3 minutes past 8 minutes past 3 na ye didi ya hunkomo no betimi I was up here on 050 600 0909 050 600 0909 ma yentwe adwene nsi so JJ Rawlings ono no hunti ana NDC benya votes ewa asante anas ono no hunti ana NDC enya votes ewa asante anyway how does it impact on the NDC campaign una di ka political issue no ansa na omo be
100.9
o sa be biem on the political issue no iti ma yenhwe what are your thoughts anamakwaku when I want to NDC in the canteen
ADAKABRI Jerry John Rawlings etiase no wo abeka say na onye factor e wo NDC mu no na enya de a o kanokre na nipa de wo ye de a o bi a openasem me ameti hey no ma ne me hwe no ma me de ba politics mu any Jerry John Rawlings and bi na meti had ma make us 79 ni o ye 81 oba ye satana me school mu ye jaye ye de ho kokoji mu kokoso akoko ani ade nti ye ka ho na me de ba be ye me de aba politics mu nanso woyɛ deɛ yɛ a nipa deɛ wokyɛ no anaasɛ wotumi wabɛtena fie na te sɛ agya a wawo ma edu baabi mpo koraa na wabɔ akɔkora ne ntino ne nkɔlaa no mom no ɛna ɛkyerɛ ɔfa ako a yɛfrɛ ne sɛn wobɛfa sesei wafi mu yɛkɔ yɛ campaign na ɔno akan sɛ yɛfrɛ ne sɛn ne ho ɔwɔ problem kakra with ne backbone nti no for some years ne ɛwuntumi ɛne yɛn ɛnante te sɛ sɛneɛ first na ɔne yɛn ɛnam no ɛno so kɔ nkyɛn a na sɛmsɛm kakra ɛwɔ hɔ noma no no na fam no ebi ana
hwan asɛm no akan
meka Jerry John Rawlings
okay
sɛ na nsɛmsɛm kakra ɛwɔ ɔne party no mu a na ɛnyɛ
ɛna kyɛ sɛ na ɔsan ɛwɔ ɛyɛ back pain
wo sɛ mmerɛ bi ɛbae sɛ ɔkɔ ayie bi ase 1 week bi a wɔtena ase a ɔkyea no ho yɛde ɛbɛyɛ nsɛm ɛwɔ Ghana ha no ɛna na ɔkyerɛ mu sɛ n'akyi nti na ɔtena faako ɛkyɛ a na wɔ sɛ ɔtumi ɛkyea no ho ma the other side no so no ɛyɛ ayi kakra nti na nea ɔno ne nsɛm a ɔkae nti na me de to ha no mu no na yɛyɛ ne deɛ a yɛbɛnya nkurɔfoɔ kakra a ne wuo yi ɛbɛha wɔ mu but mimi nhu ne sɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛbɛha NDC ɛwɔ yɛfrɛ sɛ abatoɔ yi mu if say the last elections a yɛkɔɔyɛ sɛ na ɔka ho sɛ na ɔnka ho John Dramani Mahama ɛwini ne deɛ that is the last two elections yɛ lose yɛ sesei waba bɛtena fie ɔyɛ na fam deɛ awie sesei nea ɛyɛ ya ne sɛ wafim ɛkɔ kane no nanke yɛ kasa ne yɛde hoahoa yɛ ho sɛ yɛwɔ agyapa bi ɛte hɔ no mu na yɛde huru yɛfrɛ ne sɛn MPP foɔ sɛ ɔmo nkurɔfoɔ mo bɔ mu din nyinaa no ɔmo awuwu kɔ na yɛka sɛ yɛwɔ living saint sesei wakɔ akɔka a yɛfrɛ ne sɛn MPP mpanyinfoɔ no ɔmo kɔ no ho nti sesei yɛso yɛni living saint bio yɛwɔ obi a yɛwɔ saman a yɛni ɛda no so ɛwɔ abɔnten nti ne mehu ne sɛ
and it demands now how is it likely to impact on the NDC campaign?
Yeah, campaign there. Debbie, I don't see it that way. I don't see it.
Otwindom mamu asante ananse otwindom firi mu ho asante.
No, afani afa.
Also we can say a dominant pair NDC asem asante because of him.
No, dear. Near do no can, but Mimi Kwaku de Minhunis.
Oh, who is saying?
Mimi say, your friends are Kwame Nkrumah a buyer in Pokrano, na Santimemu, Kwame Nkrumah Yanjanantu. Na UP, and na Ikura, your friend saying, Asante.
Your seats be brave, Shanty. Probably say Munina, no more.
Make us say, probably say, send on your parliamentarian.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is that we had a lot of seats. Not CPP, Kunya, Kakra, Asante, and then the final truth, no. So, Wakunya and Auni Akunya. Yeah, Wakunya NDC in Kunya more, at least.
Near me can say, not Ashanti region, a hostile to your friends and CPP. That is, near me can. And I saw hostilities now.
At 54 elections, Ashanti, including Western Ashanti, CPP Nyabi. 56, in fact, out of 21 seats, CPP nya 8 or Ashanti.
ADAKABRI, and I'm say, Yameme can say, even though na almost seats ewo hodomono, but na enye baby a Kwame Nkrumah ewo ni minka say,
nenye stronghold.
Fine, medasi. Say yes, we can anya kura Ashanti region ye obese 2 seats be ewo hodomono. But mimi hu ni say. And yet, mem jintum say a year near your friend saying Rawlings a bay, no, and ama your friend saying ye ni seats ever home. But Mimi who say as a political party, no, yen queen and can say your best asante mine. I was here jitum say asante mine a bit to me assasa. You bet me in your seats a Ashanti region. But Mimi who say yen conisa, Tembiani a caniso, asante for the Oyo Mudia or me MPP for near Yana NDC, Dudwana no Yakano. Into the young moon, there was a year Juma. Your friend is saying Ashanti region, but me and can send your Rawlings by year, and am I in to me in your friend is saying seats Ashanti region. Until we need to work harder in Ashanti region.
So, Bruno, into your way.
Bra, me da si bebre na Nanka just quickly nanka make a mini MPP ni points be
yeah, Kafui.
Not Kafui.
But you need to have a definitive comment on Ashantis don't like NDC because of Rawlings. What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, you see, I can appreciate our perspective, no, because maybe no, say Ashantis don't like CPP because of Kwame Nkrumah. So now, me say me so me free me Ashanti so I tell you, my parents are Ashanti for me papa a founding member of NPP. I mean, but like I was telling you last time, I discovered the autobiography of President Kwame Nkrumah in my dad's bedroom, and it changed me. But my dad is a staunch NPP member right now. So, okay, until possible say, you are more free Kumasi in the Ashanti region. No, bet to me, as I saw imagining about NPP. Me personally, no, me say me free Kumasi. So I say, into minimum the echo or say crum. So now me check here, me to NPP for no mama Kumasi for Nkrenro. So Oma wo mo nkura no bebre Kumasi for no ho say me free Kumasi bi say wodru Kumasi sesi apa say de ho no masi aye fin no so ho e na ekuro no mu no pa stronghold ama na na ado etimiti akonya so o hwe kwan na de Kumasi na obeka si ato bomba to ho ho no mu nyina sakatu pacha ato nso agogo ho no no say traffic I mean say uti pressure afi krampo de hwe ayi ukoyi scare free bank and here to by heart ni ade daylight so ho enti I believe say Kumasi for no say ukọ mo nchen emo mo hu remind you mo se hwe ba bia wote e wo Kumasi so ho ahwe say wote a South Central so ana say bia wote Dichem so ana wote Atonsu so Askwa constituency I mean na ekwan e ba wo fie so ho mo sori a Kumasi for da bia MPP na MPP so ho na hwe na enti ti o na ADAKABRI politics no ho me feel say Kumasi voters no more no share den read the game ni ye so who voter no what say oba ne ho efe chese bibia da baby eda ejina baby ejina wo ho efe so sa oba no yemfa no kwa so te say the MPP fo afa Kumasi fo jefe no so yemfa sa ba no kwa so ye de giade enti wo to aba wo Kumasi o so to aba sa wo de giade na de ade na wo de gi development in your community now what to aba ma MPP sa for the past 20 years or thereabouts. So now we fear gutter now erosion. Everything is terrible in Kumasi, infrastructure wise. Even overhead Nana President Kufuor or Prempe College and Nimunukra. Nana do anti me anto aso. So I tell you now from Bejina home say 4 more to do, and I'm say 4 more to do the end. So burn your way say, and I'm person was I at my 4 years. But I want to stay on the point now. The point is, me feel say if you do your homework well. The people in Kumasi, the people in Ashanti region, no, are rational people. Or sorry, I no pass. Nice, na me hate TVB. Or say chairman sabon, majority leader, honorable. Obi Crawford Pure Swami, so they check it. In fact, my first Swami magazine example. That's one magazine pass to to Abama MPP. And so call honum because I took a bomb at honum. So honum nyina saketu. So enti so we homework ni ya Kumasi for no my imagine no mati ase me say me parents wo Kumasi me ho na me free me ho na me ta akonfo nyina ewo o my imagine ye enya hye be ye ho MPP na nado oba na busuafo line ade but this time Kumasi for my imagine say wo ye kwan man ya ye beto ama wo so baby me ma me tie o mu be ye asphalt bi fa ho na no ade ya me ma me pie ba o say eh Kofi na me nim se yetime de 3 days ye asphalt na nado wa me abre say ye so anyway nana yeba yen CPP for no so nana the etienne say yenim say your party na struggle but all we have to do is to stay alive right now because the massive confusion on the part of the NPP and the incompetence on the part of NDC no Ghanaians are catching up so Ghanaians are catching up with say omuntimi nya hwe mo so na yen so ye homework ye yenim say your deficiency ye megina ha mekase ye ho atoyen so but we are convinced so we will continue to follow our ideology no na your ideology no so say self determination so obedo ho na I'm saying then come on here more on President Rawlings and I just want to stay there na me jai politics in the kakra so na me say na NPP Kafu or say a statesman has fallen in the person of President JJ Rawlings And I would say sure, why not? If that's true, I believe say Rawlings is an integral part of the political system Ghana right now. So and maybe in future historians would probably say Rawlingsism. I can say in Krumana, you kind of Nkrumahism, anti-Rawlingsism or something like that. As a study of the way Rawlings governed. And maybe Professor Ahoy can write a book about that instead of that poor piece of literature he put out the other day. So now, you can say Rawlings is a statesman or Tofoma, and I on board with Nana Akufo-Addo. 7 days now, see a man flag and incense a fano. Nina, Rawlings deserves it. So, but convention People's Party for no. Ye Rawlings are na on the way Ghana, including President Akufo-Addo, a treaty Dr. Hilary Man, President of Ghana. So what I say, and to say, see, and then yaji program ni si ho, and ye can Rawlings, who said you was the Sikano. But what about President Hilary Man and no one who crown the presidency? A man for call Robo ni Jifri ni nsem. One of them person me show no. And to CPP for no said the AC Yema Rawlings no. We sincerely believe that Dr. Hilary Man must be rehabilitated. In the look, yeah, Ghana no send you maybe ohoni ya honto yan obi na oya the president Nyankopon Ehira no Dr. Hilary Man. Man betu na DSM and even President Akufo-Addo no or say oya professed Democrat. And he expected President Akufo-Addo buy no na coordinate maybe better to ye no. President Akufo-Addo swear yinani. I forget it President Hilary Man. Nyankopon di ni si akonya no so. For President Rawlings and then the name for betu no. But yeah, we've not forgotten about President Hilary Man. We believe that the name and the dignity of President Hilary Man should be rehabilitated, even as we are talking about President Rawlings. Indeed, further, the family of President Hilary Man must be rehabilitated. So what I say, so papa no wanya Ghana boni bia, sabe President John Evans Atamil so wanya ni baby krono. Yamana Asumdue Park. We believe President Hilary Man deserves to be at the Asumdue Park right now. So now said the Ghana, your presidency no esi treaty Dr. Hilary Man ne die. Adiomudia ye Dr. Hilary Man family ne die. President Akufo-Addo, Sesiano, he's forgotten about President Hilary Man and the unjust situation he was put through and his family. So on the NCP before, we'll never stop talking about this situation because there's no situation a bit me accept the ill treatment and the denigatory, the inferior way you treated Dr. Hilary Man. I don't know all heaven by this time. So, but it's not too late. It's not too late for President Akufo-Addo to do the right thing. And I think that probably President Akufo-Addo has forgotten. So I say, after all, he's only human. So we are hoping so Obeka I rehabilitated the image of President Hilary Man. You understand? We also want a remembrance for President Hilary Man and the flags to fly at half-mast for the former president of this our dear Republic of Ghana. Now, ADAKABRI, near Cancer Rawlings, what is the impact of Rawlings, or NDC in Ashanti region, etc., and indeed across the Republic of Ghana? Nana, Rawlings, when you're baby President Rawlings, you find a title in the man because he's a warrior, archers or not will be yebi. Na adia or dinamo war mine probity and accountability. So until we cannot actually really finish this conversation without say discussing probity and accountability because so under the Rawlings regime PNDC time na Professor Kwame Ahoy or almost setting up organization beneath a friend no assets confiscation committee. So I say I'm saying if I'm not mistaken, na Professor Kwame Ahoy ne da no. Professor Kwame Ahoy be jiji amanfo goose. Bebre. So ebia ufie for some reason nice house Takum mansion. Na Professor Kwame Ahoy ma beji. Ebia wo car in fact book na book na Engineer Wood book na me ne troy no. Third world to first world by one touch. No, Engineer Wood recalls a personal story. Professor Kwame Ahoy invited in the bar castle say or Beijing Mercedes Benz. So that time na Engineer Wood aje brand new Mercedes Benz bi. And they come up by electric windows. Or say that time you 2 penny Ghana or no na Syria ni bi. Na Professor Ahoy ebeji free ni ho as your friend is obeji free ni ho because we boom rebi so it's on in the crown we have captured it in the book Third World to First World by One Touch so it just me person me ka say Professor Kwame na ho mo gigi nyoma bebre free Ghana for ho so na say sadre no mo ka say probity and accountability enti yen no tama ya ti say Professor Kwame na ho ya tro book no ni aka so ba be papa sa nsensem no be probu account for sa amanfo goose na o gigi no enso so amasa so o san sha Professor a divestiture implementation committee so eno so no we want say ye be biemu na probity and Rollins ne kan ho asem probity and accountability ne kan so enti Professor Kwame na ahoy mo Alhaji Hudu Yahya so Mrs Joyce Ayi so we check here omo doso Mr Dana Bodapi. These are the apostles of probity and accountability. These are the apostles of probity and accountability. Na say Sia Rollins ni legacy a wo kwi ni legacy na ye probity and accountability ana na say ye probity and accountability a Professor Kwame na ahoy amanfo ogu so awogigigi ye why yan accounts. Is it not right for Ghanaians to request that it's not too late for Professor Kwame Nahoy to do the right thing and just disclose, account for the assets that he confiscated from hundreds and thousands of Ghanaians? So I say, it is the only right thing to do in honor of His Excellency President J.J. Rawlings, who stood for probity and accountability. It's CPP for no this afternoon, in honor of President Rawlings, we want to call on Professor Kwame Nahoy say, amanfo goose now or GG, and the probity and accountability regime, our assets confiscation, we want him to come clean. We want him to come clean. It's not too late for him to write a book. And Manus, also no divestiture implementation committee. Gihawk companies. In fact, can Rollins assembly near Pelma can ye, Mrs. Connedu Ajma Rollins are dono pano, ye mammy, in some country, Sano, Sad and the could be decide. So Ghana for goose. Probity and accountability. Where art thou? Probity and accountability. Where art thou? Professor Hoy, we are still waiting for your book.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Soprano. Jinemu Edema CPP Amanyoko. Na for now dear. Kafui Amega. Yentiwe.
Yo, Adakabri.
Santifo Emperor Rollins asem enomode asa NDC ana.
Yo, Adakabri, medasi. Na Osha Rollins issues ye kan ho asem wa Asante Memu a. Rollins de Asante Memu no ye feel so oni Asante eni ni. Because Osha enuma Osha dani den di si so a ogu no a eya Asante fo adwuma ebi ni BA Mensa we Pania Tobacco ebi ni Apia Minka Apino soap ebi ni Apente Mensa vacuum salt and pambros ebi ni Addison cement ebi ni Poku transport timber merchant ebi ni Boache mattress and ebi ni Sian Tata de no crowd de ya wo mu ne se oje na adwuma ni free ne nsem no eno okwawu mesi ho eno kosi hotel mesi hotel enti no wo hwe yawo a won krofo mu a wo Rollins ho a na wo hwe at a point in time the course any generals a omotitoye wo Rollins nsano a eye general Ignatius Kutu Champon any General FWK Ekufu any Lieutenant General Free Fanmu a omotitoya na wo hwe eye han eye summa mefo ya kejetia ye bom mo mayi aye you om ho naked na ye bom mo mayi Adakabre na Asante man e feel say enye party a ye betumi ni o matena Asante man because omo ye affected no was way too much. Apart from that, yen share Rollins hold our party so. Adakabre, my little study tells me that in the presidency of one man, you have about 3 most important people that has fallen around him. You have Pastor Kwesi Mitata that is gone. You have Mills that is gone, and now you have Rawlings that is also gone under the presidency of one single man. A day na ye win, a day na ye ti. The otene party odini moja ene stampo party ne so no. Edu mrebi no na ye treat you as aliens ewo party ni. Yapam won ema ne yire e de ho yawdie ekote ne party NDP. Na eye NDC foi de say yapam kunadu Ajima Rawlings every NDC party ni. And the man keep speaking up to the issues where your omwa later they sent for no be party ni mo na omontin ideologies ase. No mo ba ye no mo fo say party no te say MPP party na ye chichere ye na your founding fathers you build a party ni up together no. This was a party that was formed from one person from NDC into from PNDC into NDC. Omo yi pini pen free ho no mo dani din no in a bar a political party. And then he brought all these people into it. But at a point in time, and then even the man who was then, Sanya Nakwaku can say 2012, Mahama Nwade na holding in the winning elections. And no crying as MPP, you who send your chrono. Eti amaya ko court wo. Now you have a president who has the country as heart. Eti anunti no, ya ko court ani na ni ye no. Oka say me ne court ne nya adwene enso me dia megitum sane ye be ya Ghana ebetumi ya move on ena 2016 ya ma ye ni da ho ena sa akron no mo pese o mo bo no entumi ya masunti no ya gi akonwa ni free on nsem eno so no mahama na ho odin na obetumi dia win elections no na e wo hefa enti se wo eja ye say ye dia achim kasem no dia ya kan say se woni pani wo fi a due na sa wo pani so na wo munu a na ya ye muso wo wa so enti no now that the founder of the party is gone, I overheard some of the NDC people saying hey Rawlings say wa ye konya sympathy vote papa no maku na wie no afa na mode ne kwa konya sympathy vote ma di manuel si papa so di natamwa ma Moku na wie aye muamu nsanu adwuma wa muamu nsanu adwuma na adadi aye NDC for ena edi Papa Rawlings atem 10 times okra na akofa wo ne dia ba menka na ada ho yemusa na kwagu ede muyo ni
Adakabre ya na politics be to say I don't want to go there obi ewu ya tenia ekoso ye hunu sen your man esiko si ye be jai sa politics na nke be boa ye mpa MPP mu nkrofo enwu ya ye betumi akasa na akofo ado ne kum sa nkrofo na parliamentarian na owu ya ye boni tuyo no edian na ye frene sen honorable Kennedy Japan be kai wan kasa enye robbery a edian ya kan fa ho ye betumi akasa MPP for ne ball pa ma ye kokun na on such politics, and I don't want to sink low to that level. I don't want it. I said that is not the way I do my politics. Yen can say my beton for assume. Ye can asante mai say Rawlings efimuno ebeboa NDC. And I said no wo hodmono on unintin na NDC enya your friends say vote say wo hodma. Fa kwa ye dey politics enenam. Enono. Say obi ewu Rawlings ewu NDC for ne kuno. Aliu Mahama muna mukuna na MPP for ne kuna. Former finance minister our free Asante Achim Agogo Kojo Banredu MPP for muna mukuna na
yeah cut top men
Hawa Yakubu Momo ka nia meso me kire no no Hawa Yakubu mwana mukuna na waba betina hanmo eka say yenhwe nipa baako presidency nkrofo a omo ho ewu. What are you insinuating? Are you being fair and honest with yourself?
Oh, why? Kwaku adan. Say nukre na me ka kire ono.
Me pacho.
Nukre na me kire untinu kanu wa chesi.
Yenjai sade ne ka.
Dabi nukre dia o ka say so se kire o se na o ka nukre no.
Me ntie why?
Aho nioma bi o hod Adakabre. Ye ka yenjai ye say your politics no. Emfa yen konkosi baby pa. Me ye NDC ni. but I always think of Ghana first. And I don't want to go to that level of politics. Near me can say, if it is in Ashanti region, no correct. 31st December, affecting Crofobibri. And it because I was a NDC, a Juma, a Hodmono. A Juma was here, and say, ye bet him actually a Santimine. Nearby, a young Crofo. Eko di mukesi. Ewo your friend is saying, rolling 31st revolution no mu. Minka enkai asanteman yaw. Ye nya ohinibia oji offenso kwan contract. Eji hu sika under a champion wanye.
Yeah.
Mimbodi
I do as a contractor.
And meet Mimbodi. Ye nya ohinibisa. But how can you take Ghana's money?
Ora. Umodi ohinibia.
Politics you say who you
can say enye no kre ama
no mo kan sa akwa
yo o kan sa akwa
adakabri da say watch
no mo de ha ye ben na fridua ayedua so contractors na fridua sa de nya no kre
yo magi atumu na enye no kre say omo ayebubo odin na dodo na no muntua tax a yan check income tax a oh and amika say NDC near was a year and say near cofa 31st a buy a man for a who come no I say a children crofo asi in those days no not private businesses do no evade taxes na ye omo aban adwumam
na yanyigia na no mo na evade
yanyigia also as a good citizen isn't it your responsibility
pania tobacco na ese mu gina ho na mu gu no tata enema gu na ton amobi na ese mu gu no kwaku eni ma course enye se chiro se na kasa enye enu nti na ma asante
e dey course na enye
na adakabri enyume yo gugu
sit here and say enyume course no na enye omuso omu evade taxes no they are citizens they should have
so if you have evaded taxes na no no say wo kujina bi ma free ni sam
akwa obi agye free ni sam
enu nti na yesi asante kai
asante unima adakabri me
asam e da hon mo employ
enye dede emphasize program no I gave you that chance I could have equally done what you are doing I'm very good at that but here na me pesa dede no anything I'm here din ehwe wo no I was jotting down all what you said
message back you say Adakabri the CPP man is misleading us. Dr. Liman's democracy was full of corruption. People were hiding milk, sugar, Milo, and all sorts of it just a situation in logistics no
Adakabri me church na me ba hodmo say ye ka Ghana bakosema ye nka no kure na ewo mu no omo anom ye ndwuma kese adwuma yefo sika kakra na agigi de koto bank no mo de kokoji omkobo busia free hodmo no mu ntua taxes no what did they do to Ghana omunim ne ma Ghana efa kwa ekogina ya omunim krofo ebre o sade enu mu we are not talking about that they evaded taxes ye frɛ wo mu sɛ omu betua some of them didn't pay ne ma omadwuma yagigi ye no omantumi entua ebiso tumi tua ye ebiso ho no tua no be 3 times that se we se si ameti han mu Adakabri me contractor income tax wa chiro me se memra wabra me nya adwuma bia o ne omu ka kire me ni say because man me fa letter MI say me nya adwuma no memra me be declare me taxes so hunu eye no ne ye de chichiri oman no na wo ye adwuma enya mfaso wo ntua tax wo wi a wo ne wabusuafo na AD monko na mote hodmo oman mu ni nyina no they don't benefit from anything no taxes na wo
since that period no dey obi etua tax
enye obi a na tua but ye timi ya put it up make ebini se ye chase me se manko the next time ye de me court the next time ye de me court enti e ya dia na
rolling sound for man court
me pacho so wunima most of them were invited near no work citizens vetting committee
yeah but that was not a genuine
that is to you no it wasn't genuine to you no it wasn't genuine but who care about Dr. Liman no if you talk about governance Adakabri be arguing say if security is not part of governance then don't call yourself say you are a government in power if Dr. Liman couldn't handle his security well that's a soldier nibi kotam tuo edibetu na the constitution writing it down say memfa tuo enfantu aban no paper no entimi defend wo me pacho let me finish yes let me finish obi akasa wa hanu mi obi akwan yes entini so obi ba be 2 year that's when nya popular supporter that is why we turned it into a revolution if you say he started with a small group but it became massive Ghanaians accepted it and joined. You're forming citizens vetting committee. Nia wuka se na ho citizens vetting. You vetting woman. Call short. Those who could not answer their questions, had their property seized. Wow. Till time wow. And we saw it.
And that was just
meba. So obema mi ewia. Obema mi ewia. Menka se ni nyina eye. Menka se ni nyina ye. But o kan asem wan ya me kan say me enyi ebi emfiri mu enye bi. Yen kan asem no achase ye ne fan ko na wie ye. In revolutions you can never say you will never go to the extreme. We have Ibn Muhammad, they took advantage of the process and went to the extreme. Even, your friend said, the Russian Revolution, within 1 year, Stalin had killed almost 1 million people. Almost 1 million. Your friend said, Cuban Revolution did not start massively. Fidel Castro echoed Bush. He started with a rebel group and then had a massive support from the people. It is okay revolution now. It is not only Sankrofono. You start as a small group and then if the people accept it. Yen Yankrofono supported Rawlings in 81. Dudu na bi edaswo MPP mu. Ebi wo MPP mu. Asamoah Boateng mu nyina were part of it. Dr. Your friend President Kufuor was part of it. The late Major Kwashiga was the chief operations officer of the PNDC. He ended up becoming your agri minister. What are you talking about that? I don't know why you didn't move your problem ni nyina dia kwa to Rawlings.
I don't know who
do you know what do who say and what na soldier mu busa soldier ni bia say you will be a chief operations officer what it means or no handle operations ni nyina. And if you want anyone to question her, let us go and pick the late Kwashiga ni busa the killings na kukoso ni nyina no. Because I am happy say some you always say koswa me NDC mu I grew up in the barracks. Minim ne sene si ekoye
na soprano mramobi
Penny, me da si
like me free so. Oh, let me see from crown now dane man.
Me sama ba oso.
Penny so democracy na ye practice no so me sremo abusuafo he President Barack Obama can same bi. So or say democracy no it is based on the presumption of goodwill amongst citizens. Say sa de ni honuma the presumption of goodwill no so the batchi mu a and say one neighbor te honuma you expect say wo dan no o tia na kwaku kafu ye te say o se kafu ye me dan me ho a I presume say won fa ba mo mitrim so police fo ntimi ni obia chi and protect obia ADAKABRI until we operate citizens no on the presumption of goodwill. Now more especially no so ye till penny asama wo can say oh yeah president now won't take care of security. I don't get that rationale. No, see you working on this instance. So, not just, no. Hold up. Let me elaborate. Let me elaborate. I'm saying, say, no. It's not an insult. Maybe because that's what I want to elaborate. The American said, I don't understand the way and the mechanism with regards to the fact, say, now president now will be between President Ben Opes will be between no. Why not if you person arm robbers eba be robo no so on person 20 say arm robber ba ofie no be robo a not just say won ye blame say won no wutu ofie no we lose what I said that's not the way we because you see apart from the paper now we say paper no ntimi protect on indeed I comprehensively disagree with you say paper no so the paper constitution holy sacred in case you are not aware and more importantly no so it is. I'll land so you come in. Precisely. So maybe you should blame the BNI. It's not the president's responsibility to be doing a watchman's job. But I'll stay on point. The American say, we operate a democracy on the presumption of goodwill of all citizens. So what I say, you cannot take a gun and go to the president's house and go and overthrow him and tell the president, and why you lose. Why do you lose? Let me land. Let me land.
That is why he has got. That is why.
My young T soprano.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, so the point I'm saying is, apart from the letter of the constitution, I actually go people so crash NDC ni patro for us penny. Kwaku saw paper no him said ye hu hia no. Kwaku asare him no say hu hia no. The person may catch us say there are two elements to the constitution. The letter of the constitution, let me land. And then go ahead and talk. I'll continue talking. I'm talking about the spirit of the constitution. You understand? You do not respect our constitution. And I will not sit here for you to disrespect the constitution of Ghana. What you are saying? Constitution, the letter and the spirit. It is what people know of the two about Nugua. You are trying to hide treason. Woman, I didn't know friend revolution. No. Listen. Look at what you are saying. And this is the orientation of the NDC. What I said, this is the one I didn't know. This is the orientation of his party. ADAKABRI. The American say we are operating we are operating this democracy on the presumption of goodwill. You understand? If there is no goodwill,
and now
the American say. Excuse me, if I'm notes, mammy. The me can say, no can be afa ho say liman. Etna hono me be true no. Na o security no, and the security name yet. It's constitution and also paper num as before you and I. It's all paper num say constitution.
Are you disputing say Leman there were no laxity in the security?
I'm actually asserting that is beside the point. What you are saying?
Yes.
Please.
It may be said, it may be said there's laxity, but that is not the point you expect him to be making.
No, you see, ADAKABRI, he has no professional standing or certified standing to determine whether or not.
But political pundits will tell you, say, how machinations are the late Rawlings, Akatapore nom, any adena, the presidential. The presidential security minister Nan Nabila dear no ano jijanom dear na omo to thwart the efforts of Rawlings anyi yente ma Rawlings by and ano jijamu na no mudwana koe.
Well, ADAKABRI, I appreciate where you are coming from. And America say the fact say we are security apparatus no a failure no so does not make what the 1981 coup d'etat and NDC for friend a revolution. No, it doesn't make it a revolution. It was an illegal act. I mean, this is the reality. Mumian cannot cry no. So say president etinifie send na Akufo-Addo president etinifie. Now the two akwa to na original catch say we lose. That is not the point. Mama Nusi ADAKABRI your friend said me what kuna o se kron for me kan kron for onu na o kan kron no me kan kron no
so wetin you make kana
means the o kan it doesn't make sense. What you say? But one and two president didn't say of what language you are using. What language am I using? When you go and overthrow the president, go wherever you want to go. Go wherever you want to go. The point now, no. What the American say, muko tu about to be a illegal act. Your friend treason. One more yes and one more good etano. It's armed robbery, and we are saying it. We want President Liman to be rehabilitated. You understand? And see what we are saying is when you come in here, you want to respect the constitution of Ghana. That is the basis of now if you would keep quiet, you understand. And can you wear your mask for Christ's sake? Come on. ADAKABRI, I want to take my time. I want to continue with my time. I refuse to go into the gutter from whence you make it such statements. And I want my time. You can go wherever you want.
I'm ready for you.
You can go wherever you want. You understand? You have nothing to offer the Ghanaian people except disrespect for the constitution. I've offered tangible rationale. Look at you. The listener is going to determine what is rubbish. I'll listen to you and I'll not listen to him. Yes, go ahead, ADAKABRI. Go ahead. Go ahead. Who is this man? Go ahead, man. Please go ahead.
He's a professional.
What kind of professional? On security?
No.
But of course, go ahead.
Please.
Behave yourself. What place you go to? You quickness. ADAKABRI, if you don't control this man, I'll leave. Frankly. I mean, look at him.
You bled your foot.
Come on. You are so foul.
Come on.
Yes. I want to do I can do that.
I'm not coming to you. I'm not. You're a ghetto politician.
Come on.
You understand?
Come on.
And you are what?
Let's agree to the ground rules. The ground rule is simply for you to tell us. Can idea a bit me a standing or party in good test. You have just about 90 seconds to finish with whatever you were saying. And then
despite all the interruptions from this man,
you have just about 90 seconds.
Okay.
On no Casano, you attempted to barge in on 3 occasions.
I appreciate you.
Okay, 90 seconds. Let's
So
hear you.
all I'm saying here, Mr. ADAKABRI, is that our democracy, is operating on the presumption of goodwill from our citizens. You understand? And there is no way on earth I will ever understand anywhere that when you go and overthrow the president of Ghana and it is successful, you justify it by saying that he was loose or his security was lax. It takes away from the spirit of the constitution, which is even more powerful than the text, which some people here do not respect. Thank you.
Right. Soprano of CPP and Ateneno earlier on in a banter with Kwaku Ajikum Isari of NDC. But now, let's hear what Kafui Amega of the MPP. Don't forget, say, Soprano can say, Munyano, you have nothing to offer Ghanaians except CPP. Any bit me redeem me. And then I will come from.
I know they are Medivecha Soprano. Medivecha no. Medivecha Miniano. Na ADAKABRI. Yeah, kekakwe. Na mi wo mi jina so di entia asante follow for MPP. Na me pesa me teba voter region. Wahu na me kele sa mentality no a we no anya no. Na me ka kire minua pani Kwaku say me de from me session no. De na me ka no ene ne say ye wo omampani bi wo ho no mu a ne mere so no. Empanifu a omatwa ne ho ahia. Enyina no ekwan yo mo fa so mo de koye no enye kwan papa so. And for me, I lay the blame as his doorstep because in anaminia Soprano can say, yeah, papa, media me passum die, fifi. Okoye, die didn't koye no cry, yenti ho hwe. Ekwan yo fa so koye no, na ehu, yentime nka ho asem. Na otete ba water region a, eye yawudi a, omodi omo ba no fa mu, ye Rollins. Na wabri ni moja ni Edi Ghana see the part of democracy. Na wati ni party. Na omode huatete ama papa na tofom no. Eya dia afie no voter region for edi betu omoka. Because yen to me omontumi mpre party ne nto ho. Na di odi party nanim maka na si demo. Na omo kasemu eka kire say we have sent the sleeping dog to go and lie. These are the issues. Yeah, as MPP there, yeah, bo and 1 year catch them microphone say, when MPP comes to power, you can see visible growth and development in the country. The signature projects no NDC for kan ho asemo omode bomb ho safone no. This signature project did not take place in their first term of governance. Well, any mistake I na microphone say NDC di fie nwotwe former president of the Republic John Mahama eko otumfo na otumfo ka che ne se onkyere adwuma wo ye ya wanwie ne de sese wonya akwan se obepese obeba abeye wako otumfo anim ama wako ka che ne se we ebu nkontare nyina won anim ama otumfo aka che ne se wode na se de o kyere ne se wonya futuo no ofa ye na waba abeye ono de obeka ne won pai bom Pepe na make us say NDC as a party did what they call their signature project. I know omode no kra no kan ya be aniama be ya be 5 bi pe. And I almost signature project omode bomb ho safo hene. Saniema ya omode bomb ho safo ni was not done in their first term of governance. NPP under Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo has only done less than 4 years. And the DBA na mekane say ADAKABRI me share me nuanu NDC fo ebebre wo platform ne so na ubi so mo say social intervention ben pa no ma ya no ma catch you say ensuo ya convert sea water into drinkable water e dey ama we your friend is saying enkrofom rotation enemy way. And I ask, is that all the social intervention you want to talk about? NPP as a party, as a capitalist party, we do more of social intervention programs. A boati memufono, emomutumi form to mapa efra. Na die ya womuni say aban sesa na ekodi NDC fuo yin samua na omane te konechi. And you see, some of the social intervention projects, even under ex-president Kufuor, a man kaine, ene, my friend Bikura, ni ababeto abano. Was that free maternity health care? Ex-president Kufuor kofa baya. A man who we are ni akacho se kufi. It was under ex-president Kufuor watch. Ena yade school feeding program. Ebaye. Ye ka se mofra no entumi ni di wo school kwa. Emra under ex-president Kufuor ena yade national health insurance ebaye. Yenya nuanom NDC for yom ka kire say yen de ye ba no one time premium. Akohisam ne nada. Sa one time premium yentumi anye. Afedi yom si ye ba no primary health care. Sankro for kro ye NDC for yi. Esan be gina ho ka kire assembly man hwe o manim etwa mo ntro etwa nkontompo sam Sunday show manifesto mo say ye ba ye betua assembly man for ka. Ankosi aga. Omasan shomen ma say etwa mo ntro say ye ba ye be say tua assembly obi a wo hyebo a won tumi ni so. Nanke ye frɛ ne bo hyeba. On the hyebo a woni so. NDC for eno kwa asante memu. Asante memu mo kwa no, it was only to show a flagship project. And where was that going? We were talking about how you could bring serious development and social interventions to the lives of people. When we were about bringing in free SHS, they said all kinds of things, merged. Even Joshua Kamba called Timpasi Secondary School. Eko Kachom say, free SHS, yadada. When they can see visibly on the ground what is that happening. NHIS yeba is no maguno. No man in poto. Yeba NHIS have been revived. Ghana card edija omo. Omo to me anya ho hwe. Eko fact this is no kotena ho. Omo to me anya Ghana card hu bibia.
Okay, yama omo 1 minute no mfa end up in 30 seconds for final comment.
Make final comment me say ADAKABRI. Emre na so. President Akache say you suspend your campaign for 1 week. Na ye catch am say fidikese ye wo we de ye koso abontoa aka kire nkrofo say omukwa omumpege omani hwe number 1 na omuntu oba ne mana na Akufuado ene ne sitting parliament any parliamentary candidates are omu contesting nyina afie de ye nimse voter region for ebe hye no nyam
right soprano
nana Rollins awanya no baby ko dey very sad because obey a valuable elder statesman so but a lesson to the other members of the PNDC, especially pivotal members, including people like Dr. Kwesi Bochene, Professor Kwame Nahwe. So, my books, books, the reasons why they took the actions they took. So, they be advising in the future. Now, you Kai finally say, probity and accountability, and JJ Rollins, Ejina Homa, and we challenge all the members of the PNDC to live up to that expectation and open up so that we know why things went the way they did. And yes, be person obey your movie view. But we don't want to repeat the mistakes. And it's now here canon say be I say Dr. How Muncho book no. Will be any time or the baby chasing a BB. Okay. But, thank you.
Thank you too. Bagu, final comment in a minute.
Nika. Free maternity care ye nyina ye nimfa kwahya ase free ye. Aban bia amanane aban na introduce ma yen. Omo call ye no ye ntumi anto so. I think Mintu said Netherlands who said Norway.
It was Britain.
Very good.
Gordon Brown.
Enti ayame de say was so awokan was so akai say enye President Kufuor na de buy na Britain for.
Oh na see we went to me and to so ankwan kodi ku achi o.
President Kufuor na nkasa entumi anto so.
Oh na President Kufuor dey so we answer na oko. Odi jam na mugu no.
School feeding.
So another NDC form suba no
no. Ombeboa yen no. Professor Mills ebaye no. Send your money aduane na mo anu ani yie no omu yi obi sika free mu Professor Mills no be committee school feeding e de kokko share your friend say central government inside yetumi as say that so ho no ma eye ade na ne make nyina ade akwa kusi say ADAKABRI o man panyin Dada Rollins okọ nyankopon fa ne kra ensie mai
okay
na Ghana for enkai hunu say yenya obi a ono so obeye bi na ne ha me kese ne say ADAKABRI fa kwa ye mpanyimfo omuti saa no omu fimu afa kwa ye di omu koto eya ade a adwen ye shase with Professor Mills
quite unfortunately no time would allow us to get to this point yet was pa Kwaku Aje Kumisari of the NDC and out in earlier wote Sapon Soprano of the CPP and then Kafui Amega of the MPP na ne nyinaa no ɔman ni ntio ɛne sɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛ kwan yɛhwehwɛ yɛdi ɛde aba ɔman ma na yɛfrɛ me ADAKABRI Mamudu Osioma minam di dwumadie ho kyea me panyini kwadwo da me ado ɛna di me si abɔntere Magjero Sajman ɛbɔ ne chidom na frema abankro ɛna ɔno so ɛhwɛɛyɛ ɛma yɛtimi ɛyɛ dɛn ɛtotoyɛ yɛde ase paa
Oha, Exi Punk no. Needs FM.
Kratchi.